to the rat house, baby, where the truth ain't quiet, and neither are you. Where the chat rats crew slide in, pull up a seat, crime talk, cold facts, and a jazzy backbeat. We got stories to tell, got some justice to serve, so pour up that coffee or something with a swerve. There's Rat Daddy leading 6'5", a cool Toys the Queen with the sharpest of tools. Dean's cracking jokes, Mary B's got the tea, and Lawleen lays the law down, real boss energy. MJ's got the fire, Gingy's taking names, Cassie's dropping Angel Baby's in the game. The clerk's keeping order, Misty's watching close. Pinky promises, keeps receipts, and she does the most. We're the chat rats, baby, worldwide and bold. Stories unfold while the crime scene gets cold. Puff, puff, pass, and the truth gets exposed. At the rat house, baby, that's how it goes. Snap, snap. Cherry lights it up. Cherry lights it up, neon glow behind her head. Tombstones drops the facts that awake the dead. Connor's taking notes, Janine's on the clock. Hetty the paralegal keeps the court on lock. Sweet woman, sweet, but she'll sting if you like. Calypso keeps it cool, got that island vibe. Prince Lover's in purple, that Texas pride glowing. Sherry's laughing loud while the facts keep flowing. Bum, 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 bum. Da-da-bum, da-da-bum, ghetto. OG coming through, crazy-eyed cheese, oh you better believe. Robo-rat clicks, sparks, tears in his head.
Right, if we were stand up fighting, till the lies drop Fake High would be up there.
We're the chat rats, baby, worldwide and bold. Stories unfold while the crime scene gets cold. Puff, puff, pass, and the truth gets exposed. At the rat house, baby, that's how it goes. Crime solving, cracks. World's our stage. That's a fact. Together, we're the chat rats crew. We ain't looking back.
Bam. What's up, y'all? What you doing? What's happening? Welcome to Sunday, Royal Rumble. No, just kidding. I'm Danny Thomas, and this is Rat House Media. And I've been MIA for a few days. It sucks. Gary, what's up? Gary's already here. Nice. Oh, Gary. Tombstones. What's up, Tombstones? Robin G, Clerk, Angel. Lawleen was first today. She is the winner. She got y'all. I've been first in a bunch of people's stuff. I've been winning though, so it doesn't make me mad. Doesn't bother me a bit. Oh, Gary's all lubed up and ready. I figured that much. I'd be surprised if you weren't, Gary. Be surprised if you weren't. You got some of that overflow from P. Diddy? A little P. Diddy overflow on the baby oil. Hell yeah. Good job, Gary. So, to start off today, we're going to do a little self-defense training. Just in case. This is for all you ladies out there. Pay attention.
Right, if we were stand up fighting, Fake High would be up here. But if you're fighting someone that is sitting, voluntarily or otherwise, Fake High is going to be the new Fake Low.
No,
so chair high. So Fake High. Then I'm going to reach down put the brakes on this criminal, literally decrease his mobility so that I can spin out of striking distance and stun him with a dragon punch to the back of the head. Okay? Now, I'm going to use a move designed by the famous dancer, Frank Shapiro. It is called a pirouette. I can spin without losing my balance and getting in perfect position to...
Thought y'all would like that part. Let's watch that pirouette again. Hold on, let's get the pirouette back.
It is called a pirouette. I can spin without losing my balance and getting in perfect position to get rid of this wheelchair wacko, take him right out of circulation with a step-through sidekick like so. Then for your...
All right, just kidding. Next witness put out a new video today. The Donna Adelson opening statements. Lawtuber reacts. She's our friend now, so we got to watch them. Well, we were going to watch them anyways. We just have permission to watch them now. Nice.
Good morning.
It's early. It's early. It's time for us to go to court. Why? Because
Grandma Gotti goes to court.
And today we are here to watch day one.
Day one.
day one of the Donna Adelson trial in Florida. It's Friday, August 22nd, 2025.
So they were able to impanel the jury last night.
They worked till well after 6:30 local time.
It is 11 years in the making.
Been waiting for a long, long time.
After 11 years and multiple trials,
4 people already convicted for the murder of Dan Markel.
And the day has finally come.
we are finally at the trial of Donna Adelson.
The matriarch of the Adelson family.
Do most judges start a trial?
What's up, MJ? You like you in the vehicle. Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can.
What you doing? Driving around? Listening to rap music?
No, I'm listening to country today. I'm still in Morgan Wallen mode, so
Morgan Wallen concert got you in that country mood.
yeah. I'm supposed to be at Dakota's right now, but
Where's Dakota?
at his mom's.
Would you drop him off there?
No, he drove his happy little ass over there this morning while I was sleeping.
Oh, go hang out with his mom over you.
Yep.
She cooks better than you do, probably.
Probably.
That she probably waits on him hand and foot.
Oh, she does, 100%.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I
I
seen
do.
Dean out there. Come on, Dean, come hang out, man. Be a boring Sunday.
I
Then
don't
we're
want to
gonna-
talk to Dean. I'm mad at him
Oh, wow, what happened?
because he is a jerk. He
Oh.
knows what he did.
Oh, he knows what he did, huh?
Oh, he does.
Well, I guess he does then.
Trial on a Friday? No. But Judge Everett is ready to get this case zooming.
We're ready. Y'all ready?
Law nerds, are you ready? I'm ready.
I'm definitely ready for this.
I hope that you're ready.
I can't wait to watch this trial with you, honestly.
We are going to jump right into the state's opening statement here.
All right. Opening statements. I can roll.
It's time for opening statements.
Is the state prepared to give its opening statement at this time? You may proceed.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Hopefully we've got microphones.
Let's fucking go. I'm ready.
What's up,
This
Lisa?
is the defendant, Donna Adelson. We see her here at the defense table.
Charged with
She
murder!
appeared back in 2014 when this crime occurred 11 years ago.
It's way too
Hi,
early for
Mommy.
nonsense.
And the reason that we're here today is because this defendant, Donna Adelson, was part of a conspiracy to hire a hitman to kill her former son-in-law, Dan Markel. This murder was set into motion because back in 2014, This defendant's family had a big problem. And the big problem was Dan Markel. And the solution to that problem was the defendant's son, Charlie Adelson. Charlie Adelson was the solution because he had a girlfriend with connections to the type of people who were willing and capable of pointing a gun at a complete stranger and pulling the trigger. The victim in this case, Dan Markel, was known as Danny to his friends and family. He was a loving father to 2 little boys, and he was a highly respected law professor at Florida State University College of Law.
I can testify that was true. Highly respected, so much so we like Florida State, right? Those of us that went there, that graduated from there, we call it the Harvard of the South as a joke. We all knew Dan Markel was probably not going to be at Florida State for long. He was going to probably move on to bigger and better things, Ivy League. You know, the sky was the limit.
MJ, are you in the car?
Yeah.
Where are you at? Just sitting somewhere?
Yeah, I just left CVS. I gotta drive to Dakota's mom's though, so I'm gonna shut my camera off.
Yes, do that. Pay attention to the road, MJ.
For him, literally.
Always.
Tragically, on July 18th of 2014, Dan Markel was shot in the head in broad daylight in the driveway of his home in the Benton Hills neighborhood here in Tallahassee.
And that's going to be big. The people in Tallahassee will know where that is. That's literally suburbia. So this happened in broad daylight in suburbia. So that's going to be something that, to wrap your head around, there's so many shocking aspects of the story. And sometimes we forget that because there's not a lot of fight about it. But that's a pretty shocking element.
Like something out of a horror movie, when he pulled into his driveway, the killers pulled in right behind him. Moments later, Dan Markel's neighbor heard a gunshot, and he looked out the window and saw a light-colored Toyota Prius back quickly out of Dan Markel's driveway and speed away. The neighbor got, a very funny feeling, and he went over to Dan Markel's open garage to see if there was anything wrong, and he found a gruesome scene. Dan Markel's car window, his driver's side window, was shattered. His glasses and his phone were on the ground next to his car, and Dan Markel was behind the wheel. He was unresponsive and moaning and terribly injured. The neighbor called 911, and law enforcement arrived to find Dan Markel with a gunshot wound to the head. He was taken to the hospital, where he survived for about 14 hours before he was pronounced dead. Dan Markel was only 41 years old. And his little boys, who were deprived of their father after this murder, were just 3 and 4 years old.
Okay, so obviously sympathy not a factor. That's not how the jury should make their decision. But when you're explaining the case, there's no way to leave out the details that show how incredibly sad all this is, especially for Dan Markel's sons. You want to make sure the jury knows this case matters. We want to be part of this case. We want to be part of justice. Do they want justice for Dan Markel? And if they do, you can bring them alongside you and show how you're the white knights here as the prosecutors, and they are going to help you get justice for Dan Markel. So this is kind of how you do that as a lawyer in opening statement.
Who did this? Who shot Dan Markel?
We're going to hear about
The
Wendy's
scene
interview.
there, the crime scene, left no trace of the killers. There was no fingerprints, no DNA, no bullet casing. Nothing was stolen.
However,
and so police began to suspect that this may be a professional killing.
They left a lot of
The
other
little evidence
information,
that they
didn't
do have sends them down 2 separate paths. Who in Dan Markel's life would hate him enough to hire a professional killer to kill him? And after years of tireless investigation, both of these paths led directly to this defendant.
Lovies, I'm sorry. Are we saying that Donna is the mastermind of everything? Oh my gosh, Cam. I thought that Charlie, because Charlie and the girlfriend, and then the Latin King and his friend, I didn't realize that they were alleging that, as it said, oh my God, shut the fuck. Kim, it says Donna Adelson, day 1, matriarch mastermind. Okay. Oh, woohoo. Sorry.
Now, the law enforcement, what they have to do is they have to take 2 separate paths in order to reach a very similar conclusion.
So they go, I think it's like theory and motive or something like that.
And that was one path, was to follow the murderers, the actual people who committed the murder, Sigfrido Garcia and Luis Rivera. That was one path that law enforcement had to follow. And then there was another path that they had to follow, which was the motive. Why would somebody want to kill Dan Markel?
Both of them tell a story. And I really like this because as kind of a theme for a prosecutor to say there's 2 separate parallel investigations and they both lead to one family, it makes it seem like, wow, this could have led anywhere. And both of them led the cops to the same spot. But it's like theory and motive, they really go hand in hand together. It feels like it always was going to go to one spot. But I like the way they set it up because it seems like an even better investigation that got the answers they were looking for.
And after going down both paths, law enforcement arrived at the same conclusion.
Both paths led directly to Donna Adelson.
And they learned that Dan Markel was entangled in a very nasty divorce with his ex-wife, who is the defendant's daughter. And his ex-wife is named Wendy Adelson. A review of the divorce case file reveals that Wendy Adelson had asked the court to allow her to relocate to Miami, where she was from and where her parents lived, in order to be closer to her mother, Donna Adelson, to her father, whose name is Harvey Adelson, and to her brother, whose name is Charlie Adelson.
Sitting in prison.
Well, Dan, of course, was opposed to this because his work as a law professor was in Tallahassee.
A review by law enforcement of Wendy Adelson's emails made it clear that her mother, the defendant, hated Dan Markel and was the relentless driving force behind Wendy's relocation efforts to South Florida.
Donna having just despised Dan Markel, and she was desperate to get those kids down to Miami where she would be allowed to be with the children.
And that motion was denied, and it was denied with prejudice, which means that Wendy Adelson is never going to be able to litigate that issue again. The issue of relocation was over.
And Dan Markel wasn't allowed them to move down to South Florida where she lived, and had even filed a motion saying she would not be allowed to see the children unsupervised.
Where was Donna her worst self in the family law case? What pissed Donna off? They were losing in the family law case. They lost. It was over. They're never getting those grandkids, at least legally.
And that is what came down very close to when Dan Markel was murdered.
And the defendant even suggested offering
MJ got me with that one. I was trying to figure out what the fuck that was. And then I realized this
Dan Markel a $1 million bribe to allow the relocation, to let Wendy move to Miami with the boys. And if the bribes didn't work, the defendant also suggested several ways that Wendy could threaten or bully Dan Markel into submission.
Donna told her, you know how to aggravate him. You should aggravate him like he aggravates us. Make him miserable. That was the plan, to make Dan's life so miserable that he would have no choice but to relocate.
The evidence in this case will show you that this defendant's closest confidant was her son, Charlie Adelson. She and Charlie Adelson talked.
Notice that? This is closest confidant is Charlie Adelson. So she's introducing the other links in the chain. How? Through Donna Adelson. You start with Donna and work your way out.
She and Charlie Adelson talk multiple times a day, every day. And he was the person with whom she would constantly vent and complain to about Wendy's situation here in Tallahassee, having to live in Tallahassee with her sons. And she would often...
How do you think the Tallahassee jury feels about the fact that Donna just constantly shit on Tallahassee? It's one of the reasons to keep it local, right? Also, you can see how this dynamic is setting up. She's doing a great job telling the story. I love it.
Now, what do you know? After he was murdered, guess what? All of a sudden, the kids and Wendy were able to relocate to Miami.
Lovies, who is she? Is this Dan's mama? Okay. All right. Mrs. Markel.
Wendy Adelson and the little boys relocated to Miami, moved into the defendant's home with her, and the boys started school down the street. And just like that, the father was effectively erased from their lives, and the Adelson's big problem had been solved. You'll hear during this trial that the Adelson family is a very tight-knit family. The defendant, her son Charlie Adelson, and her husband Harvey Adelson actually all work together at their family.
Got to show the whole web and connection. And I mean, I remember the first time I started to hear about this conspiracy open up, and you start to look at this, and it all starts to come together. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right?
At their family's dental practice. The defendant...
Dr. B and I are still not convinced that he's actually a periodontist, but that's neither here nor there. Like law, dental does run in family.
Harvey Adelson and Charlie Adelson are dentists there, and the defendant managed their accounts at the office. She was the details person.
She was the office manager.
This defendant, though, she managed much more than just the office for the Adelson family. She was the matriarch and a domineering one at that. She ran the office, the home, and the lives of the Adelson family members.
And then we all know that Wendy Adelson got interviewed, right? Or not we all, but anybody that's been following this, we already know Wendy Adelson got interviewed and what she said. The jury doesn't. When they hear things like that, Wendy's the big connection with all of it, right? When they hear something like that, it really perks them up.
And when asked by law enforcement if anyone could have killed Dan Markel on her behalf, she also told the police about her brother, Charlie Adelson.
I remember
Wendy
this.
admitted to police that her brother, Charlie Adelson, had joked that he looked into hiring a hitman to kill Dan Markel.
Oh my
Lord. Man, what's up?
But decided to buy her a TV instead.
Okay, the kicker of that, babes, was that it was like within 20 minutes of her question.
Yo,
Yo,
what up?
what is going on?
Oh man, just enjoying my day off work. God,
Nice.
and I don't do like regular work. It's like I don't have to work Saturdays, but throw that
Yeah.
money out there, boy. It's hard for me not to try to get it.
Yeah, I was just waiting for MJ to get off the stream.
I was gonna kick her anyways and be like, "Oh, your connection bad."
Yeah. Me and MJ got beef.
We can just ride. We can just ride with us two all night.
Yeah, dude. Fuck
the rest of the
MJ.
people,
Yeah.
dude. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Even if they come in StreamYard, I'm not fucking letting them up. Because I already sent the same people though. We don't have to let them up though. You know why? I got the mouse steam.
Hell yeah.
We control the transmission. So what you been up to? Work? You get all day off work, weekend off, what?
Yeah. I flew home. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah, I flew home yesterday. Going to South Dakota tomorrow.
Damn, that's a long ways there.
Yeah, I got like a 4-hour layover in Denver. So that sucks.
Hats.
Yeah. But it should be cool.
Damn good hats.
Hell yeah.
A lot of money for a company to spend. But I guess if you sell a hat kit, what's it come in a kit? Like you buy a certain...
No, just hats in a display. And you
choose.
just buy a hat. But I mean, I don't know what's up in South Dakota. I don't know if it's setups. They haven't told me. They just asked me. To go to South Dakota, and I was like, yeah, for sure. But so Friday I hung out with Sweet Woman.
Oh, nice.
She showed me around Boston.
But that was fun.
Yeah, Boston's really cool.
No, I mean hanging out with Sweet Woman.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to do that but me. It's not fair.
Yeah, I think she's probably just avoiding you, hanging out with
Well,
you.
I know that.
You know.
It's easy when you're this far away to avoid. Rub it in, Dean. Rub it in.
Yeah.
Who else you get to hang out with?
Well, I was supposed to hang out with MJ, and MJ fucking MJ was like, we didn't have plans. I was like, motherfucker, we made plans. So anyways, that's why I got beef with MJ.
Well, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can understand that. So we're just checking out this new Next Witness video since she's part of the Discord crew now and shit.
Oh, cool.
We were gonna watch it anyways. We just got permission now to watch something. We can watch something just with permission.
Yeah,
Cool.
let's do it.
It's different. I don't really like it. You know what I mean? It kind of had a pizzazz when you could get in trouble.
Yeah. It's like smoking weed when you're a teenager.
Yeah. Now it's like
Now you just do it because it's a habit.
It's funny now.
Yeah.
Not because it's funny and taboo. I don't know if taboo, maybe frowned upon. But hers are good. She's got like a few with 200,000 views on her shorts and stuff. That shit is fucking good. She's killing it.
Fucking murdering it. Somebody call the police.
It's rare that somebody's doing straight videos like that that's doing really well. She's almost at 10,000 subs. A bunch of her shorts are like 50, 100,000 views and shit.
50, 100,000, so 5 million.
5,700,000.
Okay, so 5.7 million.
I forgot to say 2. Because as we were speaking just then, my medicine kicked in. So I may leave a word out here and there.
Yeah.
Probably gonna.
She right out the gate brings up Charlie making this joke. And that is beyond sus, in my opinion.
Hypothetical divorce clients who make a joke at some point in time about how a hitman would be cheaper than the divorce they're in, it is surprisingly there's a percentage that is greater than 5% of cases that a joke will be made in that nature about the spouse. It is a reality of divorce.
And what do you know? The same TV that Charlie Adelson bought his sister as a divorce gift would be Wendy Adelson's alibi the morning of the murder. An alibi, the TV repair appointment that was set up by her parents, Harvey Adelson and Wendy and Donna Adelson.
Donna set up the appointment.
So this path of looking into Dan Markel's personal life to see who would have motive to kill him leads law enforcement to the Adelsons.
Also, Dan, we figured out who the multiple personality is. I'm going to send it to you in Discord.
Oh,
But
okay.
if Charlie Adelson was just joking about hiring a hitman, that joke, that stopped being funny when Dan Markel was actually killed by a hitman.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I can get it, as horrible as it sounds, like joking like that. Once it really happened, you probably shouldn't joke about it anymore. And the fact that it did, that's what I'm saying about all this just making too much sense.
Coincidence?
While the police
I
are
think not.
trying to investigate motive, they are simultaneously following that second path of the investigation by tracking down that light-colored Prius the neighbor saw fleeing from the scene. But law enforcement eventually found that needle in the haystack. They found a number that communicated with the cell tower that services Premier Gym at the exact time when the Prius was there.
Isn't that interesting?
And it was a number with a Miami area code. And that number belonged to a man named Sigfredo Garcia. Law enforcement examined Garcia's call logs and they saw that he was in frequent contact with another number that was present at Premier Gym that day. And that number belonged to a man named Luis Rivera, who is a longtime friend of Garcia, and he's also from Miami. They both are. So police figured out the identity of the two men responsible for following and killing Dan Markel. But they continued to look for evidence to explain why these seemingly random men came all the way to Miami.
Yeah,
Came all
randos.
the way to Tallahassee to kill a man that they'd never met. What or who is the connection between the killers and the victim? A woman named Catherine McBanois. She goes by Katie. The shooter and McBanois have a long history of an on-again, off-again relationship, and they share two kids in common. This is Garcia and McBanois. And lo and behold, these two paths of the shooter's car and the motive, they converge. When law enforcement sees that
I mean, how great is that? You introduce him to Charlie, you introduce him to Sigfredo, you introduce him to Catherine, and then you start to show the connections and how they were to get it's like, wow, what a coincidence that would be, which is why you have to come up with some kind of story like double extortion.
at the time of this murder, Catherine McBanois was dating Charlie Adelson. So
We found it. Charlie's Asian angel. Well, well, well.
Dan Markel was a problem the defendant needed to solve. The defendant's son, Charlie Adelson, was looking to hire a hitman to kill Dan Markel. Dan Markel is killed by a hitman. And who ended up being the hitman? The hitman that killed Dan Markel? Someone with a close relationship to Charlie Adelson's girlfriend, the father of her children. So you can see how both paths, followed by investigators, charted the way to this defendant. Not only by looking into the motive, led law enforcement to the defendant because of her hatred of Dan Markel and her son's apparent efforts to hire someone to kill him, but also looking into that car fleeing the scene led law enforcement to the defendant
My
through his
God.
son's girlfriend at the time. So 2 investigations, 1 conclusion.
Noted.
I really like how they broke down how everyone's connected. Catherine McBanois through Sigfredo, who she has children with and had an on-again, off-again relationship with, to her boyfriend, Charlie. So she bridges the gap between those 2 groups.
Talk about simplifying it. I don't want to say dumb it down, just simplifying it. It's like, lo and behold, turns out there are plenty of connections that make this make sense.
Law enforcement also tried to follow the money in this case. And that was a third way
Oh,
that the evidence in this
I
case
got to
was
run
used.
The
because
way I
dinner's ready.
appreciated this graphic.
Hell
But I
yeah.
will be back.
All right. We'll see you in a bit.
Alrighty. Later.
Later.
And this visual, I cannot express. Like this made my life so much easier to track this case. And this was where I was like, thank you, prosecution, for putting together this visual.
In the months after the homicide, Garcia, Rivera, and McBanois all acquired some big ticket items. Rivera and Garcia both bought motorcycles and cars. McBanois got a breast augmentation surgery.
She got her titties done? You got your titties done? Oh.
Oh my God. Nurse Cam, correct.
Oh, Katie.
The dudes got motorcycles. She got boobs.
And later received a black Lexus sedan, whose previous owner was Harvey Adelson.
A black Lexus.
Catherine McBanois's bank records were analyzed, and there was
Oh.
no check ever written or matching cash withdrawal for the car or the breast augmentation.
How'd you pay for the boobs,
Bank records
Katie?
also showed that McBanois's account had a huge spike in cash deposits around the time of the murder. She deposited more money in her account in the 5 weeks after the murder than in the entire year before the murder.
So
And
weird.
this was during a time when there was no record of her being employed anywhere. And
So
also,
weird.
about 2 months after the murder, this defendant added Catherine McBanois to the payroll at the Adelson family's dental practice.
Hey,
the one that
Hey, Donna, that sure looks like your signature.
she kept the accounts for, the defendant kept the accounts for.
Donna Adelson all of a sudden added Katie McManua to the payroll checks, which she signed. So she's signing these additional payroll checks. They're going to Katie McManua when it's very clear that Katie McManua is not working for the Adelson Institute.
And the defendant started
What,
issuing
geez?
her regular checks from their business account every
Donna
2 weeks,
Sue.
despite the fact that she did not work there at the time. McBanois didn't work there.
And then they talk about the phone records patterns. So when you look at the phone records, there's a pattern of communication here. And that is that Donna always calls Charlie. Charlie then calls Katie McBanoa. Katie McBanoa then calls Sigfredo Garcia, and then back the other way. Sometimes Sigfredo Garcia calls Luis Rivera, but that is how it works. There's no break in that communication. Charlie's never talking to Sigfredo Garcia, and Donna's never talking to Katie McBanoa.
Like train cars. They only seem to touch the car directly in front and directly behind them.
It's always Donna, Charlie, Katie, Sigfredo Garcia.
If this is a murder for hire conspiracy, as law enforcement suspects, could it be that the defendant and Charlie Adelson are wisely insulating themselves from the actual shooters by having McBanois act as the middleman?
She's the go-between.
Law enforcement decided to launch an undercover operation
Then she talks about the bump.
designed to clarify who are the members of this conspiracy and how information was traveling within the conspiracy.
That bump.
So,
Oh, I wouldn't have thought that. Give you a bump.
I'm gonna pause it so it looks like me and Nurse Cam are on panel together. This is how we're watching the opening statements. I was gonna just watch them regular, but next witness is got it broke down, and it's funny. So we'll watch that, and then we'll watch a little bit of testimony.
Okay, tell me more.
this undercover agent is posing as a blackmailer. He hands the defendant a piece of paper, and on the piece of paper is a news article about Dan Markel's murder. And as suspected, based on the previously observed communication pattern, the first person that this defendant calls is Charlie Adelson, despite the fact that the blackmailer, never mentioned Charlie Adelson to her. After this call with his mother, the defendant, Charlie Adelson, calls Catherine McBanois. He does not call his most recent ex-girlfriend or even the one before that. He calls Catherine McBanois. McBanois then spent the night with Charlie Adelson that night. And the next morning, on July 19th, he put the money that she was to divide up into the trunk of her car. McBanois says several things about the money stood out to her. She said it was stapled together in stacks of $100 bills and that it was damp like wet.
Must
She
be
then
money.
delivered the money to Garcia and Rivera afterwards. When Catherine McBanois said that when she asked Charlie Adelson about the money being damp, he said that his mother the defendant had actually washed the money, and that she and Charlie Adelson kind of laughed about the fact that the defendant had literally washed the money so it couldn't be traced.
With water.
In
She
Charlie
washed-
Adelson's trial,
she
Charlie
laundered
Adelson
it.
took the stand, and he testified that
She laundered the money, not in the criminal way, in the literal wet money.
Oh, I'm sorry. Donna, babe, you think that washing money is putting it through a cycle? Did you do it on gentle? What are we doing? Did you hand wash it, babe?
Oh my God! Why would you ever do that? I just don't. I don't understand why you would ever do that.
Babe, did you put it out on the line outside?
I can't even with the damp money.
We got bumps, we've got lines, we've got wet ass money. I am blacked out currently.
They laundered the money, Ian. They laundered it.
Why is this a thing? And why is it that this is not actually the first time that this has happened?
I don't know.
Where somebody's like, how do we do money laundering? Oh, right, in the washing machine.
Yes, because
So,
the feds and the police, you know what they're very capable of doing? Getting fingerprints off of money. Said no law enforcement ever.
Salad spinner was.
McBanois then, also using code words, calls Garcia, and she tasks him with calling the number on their paperwork and finding the identity of the blackmailer. So after that undercover operation was over in 2016, Luis Rivera and Sigfredo Garcia are arrested, and they're charged with the same charges before y'all in this trial. Luis Rivera, who was the second person in that Prius, cut a deal with the state and told law enforcement the truth about the murder of Dan Markel and the people responsible for it.
Those two look like they would never flip on anybody, right? They look like steel traps, don't they?
Very polite hitman.
I mean, really, if somebody's going to kill for money, they will absolutely flip for, an advantage.
Yes. They have already demonstrated that their services can be purchased. It's just a different form of currency when you're facing incarceration.
And over the last few years, since the 2016 arrests of Garcia and Rivera in May, and then of Magbanua in October 2016, law enforcement has not stopped working on this case. 3 years after Garcia's arrest in 2019, he was convicted at his trial. Law enforcement continue, though, to gather evidence. They continue to interview people who may possibly have information and to clarify all of these recordings the FBI did that couldn't be clearly heard. And thanks to their tireless efforts, in March of 2022, Charlie Adelson was indicted. 2 months later, in May of 2022, Catherine Magbanua's case went to trial, and she was convicted. After being convicted at trial and sentenced, Magbanua finally decided to testify about the plot to kill Dan Markel and admitted that she was the connection between the Adelson family and the killers hired to kill Dan Markel.
Charlie, in his own trial, took the stand, and he claimed that the Adelsons had nothing to do with it, that this was all a wild double extortion, which the jury deliberated over for 3 hours before coming back with a conviction. But that was Charlie's story.
Charlie Adelson was convicted in November of 2023. And within hours of his guilty verdict, this defendant began to plan to flee the United States to a country that she could not be extradited from in order to avoid being arrested for Dan Markel's murder.
I mean, that's just the killer, right? I mean, that's just, how do you beat that? How do you explain that? Do you like to travel? That was asked during jury selection.
And she applied for an emergency visa to Vietnam.
Oh, I've been waiting to hear about how this is going to come down in the opening statements. I am the flight. I am so fascinated. Let's go. For all of you new to this case, this is when I jumped into the case. It was when she got arrested at Miami International Airport. I was like, what did you say? And then the wet money. And then the wet money. The musty money? Yep.
She was overheard
10-10.
planning to put her money in trust for her grandchildren, and she and her husband purchased one-way tickets with a fast-track emergency visa to Vietnam.
I bet you
And
did.
Vietnam does not have an extradition treaty with the U.S., as she would have learned from her searches. And just days later, she was stopped by law enforcement on the jetway in Miami International Airport, where she was boarding her one-way flight to Vietnam.
Air Vietnam.
She was then charged for her participation in the murder of Dan Markel.
Google will get you. Honestly, I think, we talk about more cases. The jurors have made up their mind after opening statement and closing argument. I think there are probably some jurors that made up their mind when they heard this. Hopefully they're waiting to actually see it come out in evidence. But once you connect all this together, as far as consciousness of guilt, this is like a law school explanation of consciousness of guilt in 2025.
This is what the consciousness of guilt looks like.
Law enforcement received information from women who said that the defendant, Donna Adelson, was offering them bribes in exchange for false testimony in this trial.
So this last part of her opening is all something they didn't have for any other trial because it's Donna Adelson's own goals. It's her own mistakes. Trying to flee, the Google searches, the jailhouse phone calls, and the conversations with the jailhouse snitches. All of this is why Donna Adelson's case is basically worse than anybody that's come up.
Jenny Lynn Connor actually meant cocked. That's what he was aiming for, and that's what he got for his birthday.
Before, maybe not that bad, but it's bad because she did all of these things.
They said Donna Adelson promised them money, housing, veneers, prescription drugs.
She's offering dental work as bribes to informants in jail? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Who's going to do the dental work, Donna? Harvey is not still practicing. What? You're going to send them to Charlie? He's not doing veneers in prison. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't.
One informant was even able to show law enforcement a script, a question and answer session for a direct examination in trial. Donna Adelson for a direct examination in trial. That Donna Adelson.
There's a handwritten script? Holy shit. Oh no.
She's been sitting in court like she don't know shit and she ain't got nothing to do with all this. And it's just, come on, man.
You are cooked, girl.
Herself wrote, and that Donna Adelson wanted this informant to memorize and come into court and perjure herself by reciting it to you.
Asterix, read carefully so you remember.
This is the dumbest thing.
Don't she know that they're going to read the damn thing before they mail it? They're not just going to mail it. It's prison.
I don't know that there was the walk the dog letter, right? That was stupid. Corey Richards, where she wrote the letter telling, walk the dog, horrible letter, really dumb, absolutely admissible. And then there's handwriting, like in your own handwriting, a script for a possible question and answer with law enforcement.
Showed the outline that Donna wrote to them about how she wants them to answer certain questions about Katie McManua. So that's what we have with the informants. And that was essentially the end of the opening statement for the prosecution.
OMG. The delusion, the arrogance, and the stupidity of these human beings is really remarkable.
So that's next witness. Make sure that you go like and subscribe to Next Witness. She is not only somebody's videos we watch, now she's our friend. She hangs out. And I don't want to play this whole thing, but we've got to watch this part of it again.
To get rid of this wheelchair wacko, take him right out of circulation with a step-through sidekick like so.
Yes. Yes. All right. Now, we just watched that, so I'll swap over to this. I've got some other stuff to do, so I'm not going to do a lot of this, but we'll watch a little trial testimony. This is James Geiger, the 911 call.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes.
You may take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly for the jurors. You may examine the direction.
Yes, sir. Perfect. Thank you. Please say your name and spell your name.
My name is James Geiger, Geiger.
Sir, where do you live?
I live at 2122.
How long have you lived at that residence?
It's getting pretty close to 50 years now. I think 48 or 49.
All right. I want to take you back to July 18th of 2024. Now I've got an ad on me. Do you recall something unusual that happened that day? I'm sorry, I said 2024. 2014, sir. You know what case we're here about. Do you remember what happened on that date?
Yes, I do.
All right. Could you please tell our jurors how something unusual first got your attention?
It was a Friday morning, about 10:30. My wife and I were sitting in our living room, looking out towards Trescott Drive, out to the street. And as we were sitting there, we were doing something with our iPads, and we heard a noise, a popping, loud sound, bang sound. And we immediately got up and walked to the front. We have a big picture window. Walked up to see if we could determine what had happened and where it had come from. We weren't sure it was to the right or to the left. And,
all right, let me pause you right there and show you a couple photographs that I have as marked as states 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Do you recognize these photographs?
Yes,
sir?
I do.
Are these fair and accurate photographs of your residence at that time, as well as the view from the window you've described?
Yes, it's true.
Judge, at this time, I ask you to admit 1 through 3 and publish.
Okay.
No objection, Your Honor.
Say 1 to 3 or no.
I don't really care.
If you could publish states 1, please. All right, sir. So if you could just explain that pointer, please, what we're looking at in this photo, and I've got a pointer here. If that's even accessible to you, push the middle button, you're gonna read that. You don't have to use it. Oh, if you are gonna use it, though, use it on the dictionary, please, sir. All right, so just describe what we're looking at in this photo, states 1.
This is taken from Trescott Drive. The house on the right is my house, and the house on the left was Danny's house.
Okay, and the bay window that you've described, is that what is pictured in the portion of the photo right here? Yes, sir.
That's correct.
Publish states 2, please. Sir, is this the view from that window?
Yes,
All
this
right.
is what I saw as I looked out.
Okay, and the driveway that we can see there on the right side of the window, is that Dan Martell's driveway?
Yes, it is.
All right, so you described that something got your attention. Can we have states 3, please?
Well, as I mentioned, I wasn't sure where the noise had come from, and I looked to the left and to the right. And as I looked to the right, there was a car that was rapidly backing out of the driveway and immediately headed down in that direction towards Benton Road. It caught my attention because it seemed to be going so fast, and I noticed what it looked like, and that caught my attention. Although, quite frankly, it was out of the corner of my eye. It appeared to be a Prius, a light-colored Prius, maybe silver or white.
Okay, so something got your attention. What was that?
Well, that was what got my attention. And then
Was the vehicle itself?
excuse me?
Was the vehicle itself or some noise preceded the you seeing the vehicle?
Jenny Lynn, yes. Danny Thomas. Yep. That's it.
Well, initially we had heard this loud noise, which we weren't exactly sure it was. It could have been a gunshot. We weren't sure. And then when I saw the car back out, that prompted me then to walk next door. There had been in the neighborhood a few break-ins, burglaries, and my first thought was that somebody was trying to break into the Markel house. And so I went out the front door and walked across over to Danny's house to see if anything had been damaged, maybe tried to be broken into the garage or something.
Yes, sir. When you looked out, you said you saw the car back out and then exit toward Benton Road. Would that be going this direction, to the right of the photograph, or toward the left of the photograph?
It would be towards the right.
So out this way. And you said you walked over there just to sort of look around, make sure everything was okay. What did you see?
As I approached his garage, I noticed that the garage door was open, his car was inside, and the motor was running. And so I thought then, well, I guess so much for a burglary. I don't think that's happened if Danny's there. So I turned around and walked back to my house.
Okay. What happened next?
After that, I can't tell you why, but I just stood at my front window and looked out and waited for a few minutes, maybe 3 or 4, up to 5. And for some reason, it just didn't quite seem right. Danny hadn't backed out. And I thought by this time he should have backed out of his driveway, and he didn't. And so I said to my wife, I think something just seems wrong. I'm going to walk back over. And so I did that.
All right. And what did you see when you got over there?
Excuse me?
What did you see when you got over there the second time?
Well, when I went back the second time, I noticed that the garage door was still up, the car was still running. And this time I thought, maybe I better walk on into the garage. He's probably in the driver's seat. He's probably on his cell phone talking, but I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Yes,
and so I walked into the actual driveway then, and I saw that the window, the driver's side window, had been shattered, and I stepped on glass at that same time. As I looked inside, I saw a bloody head, and the head was slowly moving back and forth, rolling back and forth, left to right. And I hollered immediately, "Danny, what happened?" And I didn't get any response other than the head rolling. And so I hollered again, Danny, what's happened?" Still nothing. And at that point, I knew that I had to get the emergency medical team there as quickly as I could. I reached into my pocket to pull out my cell phone, which is where I normally keep it. And it wasn't there. And I thought, gee, I've left it back on the couch at the house. So I quickly dashed back to the house, got the phone, and called 911.
How many minutes do you estimate elapsed between the time you saw the Prius backing out, or really I should say the time you heard the loud bang, to the time that you were able to reach 911?
Less than 10 minutes, more than 5 minutes, somewhere in there, I would say.
I'm going to show you what I've marked as States Exhibits 4, and then I also have 6 and 7. This is number 4. I'm going to draw your attention to some initials on number 4, and then also 6 and 7.
Mhm.
Do you recognize these photos?
Yes, I do.
All right, Judge, at this time, I'd ask to move into evidence 6 and 7.
Any objection?
No objection.
State 6 and 7 are admitted.
Publish State 6, please. Sir, is this how the vehicle was positioned when you went over there and found Mr. Markel so badly injured?
Yes, that looks correct.
Publish State 7, please. The doors to the vehicle are open in this photograph. Were they open or closed when you went over?
No, they were all closed.
Okay, closed, and the only window that was damaged was at the driver's side window?
That's the only one I saw. That's if there were some others, I didn't look at any other windows. I just simply saw the driver's side that was completely shattered.
All right, yes, sir. And States Exhibit 4, is this consistent with the type of vehicle that you observed in the driveway backing out that day?
Yes, it was, although I didn't quite see that angle.
Okay. But at this time, I'd ask to introduce States 4.
Objection, States 4.
No objection.
Admitted this time.
All right, you described it as a light-colored Prius. You weren't exactly sure of the color, maybe white, maybe silver, right?
Yeah, silver came to mind first, I guess, but certainly a light-colored vehicle.
I'm going to approach and show you States Exhibit 5. Recognize States 5?
Yes.
Is that Mr. Markel?
Yes, it is.
May I introduce States 5? No objection.
States 5 is admitted.
Publishing States 5. What did you know about Mr. Markel?
Well, this occurred in 2014, and Danny and Wendy were newlyweds and had moved in about 5 years earlier than that. They moved next door. We were not particularly close to either one. We would see them occasionally out on the street. The memorable thing, and the other neighbors would tell you, is that when they first moved in, they had a housewarming event, and they invited all the neighbors in, and we attended it. That was our first time to see them and visit them. They seemed like a nice young couple, and but after that, we weren't particularly close.
Did they have a couple little children living there?
Well, when they first moved there, they didn't, but after a year or two, they had a first child, and then later a second child.
All right. And at the time that Mr. Markel was shot, had his wife, Wendy, moved out? Had they separated?
Yeah, we had understood that they were going through a divorce, and Wendy had left, and after that, we rarely saw Danny, and I don't think we ever saw the kids either. But
Were you familiar with Mr. Markel's profession?
Yes, I knew that he was an attorney. Both of them were, and they were connected with the FSU Law School, I believe, but I didn't know their exact positions there.
Yes, sir. Publish 4 again, please. Are you able to tell the jurors anything about the occupants of this vehicle on that day?
No, I only saw it just briefly, and I didn't notice what kind of car it was. I couldn't tell you who was inside. The one was the dark as far as I could see. I don't even know if it was 2-door or 4-door. I just didn't see anything like that.
During the time that you were present at the scene of the shooting, did Mr. Markel ever regain consciousness or ever say anything that you heard?
No, I never heard him say anything. The only notion was that his head kept rolling back and forth during the 911 call, which it took forever to try to get the emergency vehicle there, the emergency medical team. They would occasionally ask if he was still breathing. And I would walk back up into the garage and his head was moving still. And I said, well, his head's moving. So I assume he's still breathing.
Yes, sir. Have you had an opportunity to review that recorded call that you made to 911 that day?
Yes, I have.
All right. And was it a fair and accurate recording of that call?
Yes.
All right, Judge, at this time I'd ask to move into evidence states 88.
An objection. States 88.
May I publish?
Go ahead.
It's right next door to my house, which is 2122 Trescott Drive. Can you read that with verification? 2122 Trescott Drive, repeat. Okay, where are you calling from? I'm calling from 8502. Exactly what happened. We heard a loud bang and a crossbow away from next door. I came over and looked in, the garage door was up. And I thought the gentleman was backing up. I went back to my house, but he never backed out. I came back over, and his driver's side window was shattered, and he shattered, and came into. He's inside. I don't know if somebody tried to shoot him or if he shot himself or what. I don't know. And was that this location? Correct. Well, next door. I gave you mine. I don't know if the address is next door. Okay.
Yeah, Robin G. I'm not in a hurry, but you know how I am about watching the analytics. I would imagine in 6 more live streams, considering we do 3 hours, about 3 hours each one, 6 more, I will surpass 3,000 watch hours, and it's only been like just over 2 months since I started this channel. And we didn't stream for a week or 2 because I was scared. But so we've pounded the watch hours. That's good. That's the hard part. I think subs would be pretty easy if that's what we're focusing on. But I think I'm gonna get it before 50 episodes, which would be cool. I don't know why. I'm playing these games by myself. You know how I am.
Okay, what's going on with it? I don't know. The driver's side window fell back in. He's inside the battered frame, and he's got blood all over his head. He's not responding to me. That number, by the way, is 211 21.
All right, that's the first few minutes of a 14-minute call. Is that how long it took them to get somebody to you?
Seemed to me a lot longer.
Seemed like 14 hours, didn't it?
Long time.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross-examination, Mr. Geiger. Mr. Geiger, you may step down, sir.
Nice. All right. We're going to jump over here to part 2. Trial channel's got it all broke down. Hold on, that's not part 2. I think we may have just watched. Yeah, we just watched part 2. So we're on part 3. And this is Sergeant David Sims. Everybody seems to like this judge, so what do y'all think?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? You may take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly for the jurors.
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
David Sims, S-I-M-S,
Who are you? Go ahead.
retired sergeant from Tallahassee Police Department,
How long were you with Tallahassee Police Department?
28 years.
Okay. And were you employed with them back in 2014?
Calypso,
Did
what's
you
up?
respond to a scene in
Calypso. Yeah, baby doll, and 30 more subscribers will be back. So's where we were, but we're way past. Well, we're not way past it. We were doing good on that channel, but we're gonna be way past it when we get 30. By the time we get 30 more, we may have our watch hours already.
response to a 911 call 2116 Trescott Drive on July 18th of 2014.
Yes, I did.
Is that location in Leon County?
Yes, it is.
And do you know what time you were dispatched to the call?
I was not dispatched. I was actually at the station working on paperwork, and I heard the call go out. I just responded.
Okay. And were you the first or?
First on scene.
You were first on scene.
Yes.
And did you make contact with Mr. Geiger, the neighbor?
Yes, I did.
And did Mr. Geiger indicate something
You
going on
had
in the
to
garage next door to his residence?
You got to subscribe to chat on this channel. Unfortunately, I don't like doing it like that, but if you want to chat with us, you got to subscribe for 5 minutes. And I ain't changing. So if you're chatting, you're in here.
Yeah, he said his neighbor. He thinks it was his neighbor in there, and he heard a loud noise, and there was broken glass in his car.
All right. Published states 7, please. It's in, right? Yeah. Has the vehicle been moved from the position it was in when you first arrived?
No.
Okay, other than the doors being open, right?
Correct.
Okay. When you got there, was the vehicle running?
Yes, it was.
All right. What did you do when you first arrived and observed the vehicle?
I walked up to the driver's side window. Mr. Geiger had told me that the homeowner's name was Daniel, and I saw someone in the car, and I spoke his name, said Daniel. There was no response, and I got a little closer and found that the driver's side window was broken kind of at an angle. Some of the glass was in, some had come out, but there was also a small rounded spot in that glass that was still in there. I said Daniel again, no response. He was slumped over and kind of gasping for air, and it was just a sucking sound. I noticed that he had a set of eyeglasses. Half of a set of eyeglasses was laying in his lap. He had a cell phone in his left hand. He had a business card in his right hand. I walked around to the other side of the car. First, I reached in and unlocked the door, and I went around to the other side, and I opened the door and reached in and shut off the car, so the car wasn't still running. And then I noticed the other half of the eyeglasses laying on the floorboard of the car. I
Let me
removed
pause
it.
you there and approach and show you what I marked as states 8 through 10.
Yes. Yes.
Are these 3 photographs fair and accurate representations of how the vehicle appeared that day?
Yes.
Judge, I asked to introduce states 8 through 10.
States 8 through 10.
Publish 8, please. All right, can you show us what you're talking about as far as the way the window was?
Part of it had broken out, part of it was still intact, but right there looked like a little rounded area.
All right, and was this large void that we see in the window there before the door was opened?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you said you were able to reach in and unlock?
Yeah, I
the
reached
car.
in, the door was closed. I reached in through that broken area, unlocked the car, and then ran around and went entered from the other side to turn off the car and flap keys.
All right, and during this time, was EMS already en route?
Yeah, I could hear them. I could hear them coming down the street. They were almost there.
And were life-saving efforts made to try to help Mr. Markel?
Yes, when I was on the passenger side, I pulled out a gym bag or something that was in there, pulled it out, set it on the ground so they can make better entry into the vehicle to extract him.
And did he ever regain consciousness or say anything during the time you were
Not in my
there?
presence.
All right, publish 9, please. Publish 10, please. All right, do you see the half part of the eyeglasses there in that photograph?
Yes.
Could you indicate with your pointer?
Yeah, we're right there.
And is that where you observed them or had they fallen out?
They had fallen out. One was in his lap and then one was on the floorboard on the driver's side.
All right, and what about the cell phone that we see pictured to the left of the
That
eyeglasses?
is in his left hand.
Was there a safety search done of the house?
Yes, after EMS was removing him, then myself and a couple other officers, we took the keys that were in the car. The person door from the garage into the house was locked. We unlocked that. Did a search of the house, found no one, nothing amiss.
Any indication that this was a burglary, a robbery?
No.
Any obvious signs of a struggle?
No.
No further questions.
Cross-examination for Mr. Sims. You may step down, Mr. Sims.
This witness is released. Your
Nice. Rolling right on through it. All right. Crime scene specialist.
Do you swear or affirm the
Joanne
testimony you're about
Monty.
to give will be the truth?
Yes, I do.
You may take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly for the jurors.
Please introduce yourself and spell your name.
My name is Joanne Maltese. Joanne, Joanne, and Maltese, Maltese.
Are you employed, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Are you employed as law enforcement? In law enforcement?
I'm retired Tallahassee Police Forensic Specialist.
How long have you been retired from as Tallahassee Police Department, right?
Yes, a little over 8 years.
What were your duties when you were employed there?
Duties as a forensic specialist is the documentation, collection, and preservation of evidence at a crime scene.
How long did you do that type of work?
Done that work for probably 15 years.
Okay. And were you doing it back on July 18th of 2014?
Yes.
As part of your job, did you respond to 2116 Prescott Drive on that date?
Yes, I did.
Right. And what was your job once you arrived at that particular scene?
That particular day, I was called to document and collect.
Make sure you subscribe to the trial channel if you're not. They break it all down, take out all the extra crap, edit it. It's good. Makes it a lot faster.
Evidence at a crime scene.
Publish 10, please. Is this the scene that you're referencing?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to approach and show you states 11 through 17 as well. Just have you look through those and tell me if you recognize them.
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize them?
I took these photographs at the scene.
All right, Judge, at this time, I'd ask to move into evidence states 11 through 17.
11 through 17 are admitted.
Publish 11, please. Publish 12, please. Did you collect the eyeglasses shown in State's Exhibit 12?
Yes, I did.
That appears to be half of a pair of eyeglasses. Did you collect both halves?
Yes, I did.
Show you what I've marked as States 121 and 122. Do you recognize those?
Yes, I do.
The two halves of eyeglasses collected from this crime scene?
Yes, they are.
Judge, at this time, I'd ask to move an evidence, States 122 and 123.
Interjection. States 122 and 123 are admitted.
Did you collect this eyeglass lens?
Yes, I did.
Where was it located?
I believe that one was the floorboard of the driver's area.
Was there another piece of eyeglass lens also collected by
Yes,
you
there
that
was.
day?
Yes, there was.
Okay, where was that piece found?
That was the other optical was on the driveway, or I'm sorry, the garage floor right below the driver's area.
123, 124 are these the two pieces of lens that you collected that day?
Yes.
Move into evidence 123 and 124.
There you go. States 123 and 124 are admitted.
Did you take any swabs or take any fingerprints from the scene?
Yes, I did.
And what efforts were made on those fronts?
I processed the entire exterior of the vehicle for fingerprints. There was an area that was lifted, but it did not have fingerprints of value to compare. As far as the swatting, all of the exterior and interior door handles, as well as a phone that was collected, and the doorknob from the garage to the interior of the house.
What were the results of those efforts?
Those I would not know. They'd be sent to FDLE lab for analysis.
Did you find any fingerprints of value to send to FDLE lab?
No, I did not.
Publish States 14, please. Approaching with States 125. Do you recognize 125?
Yes, I do.
What is this item?
This is going to be a brown wallet with its contents that were found in the glove box of the vehicle.
Right. And did the wallet contain Dan Martell's driver's license?
Yes, it did.
And in the exhibit, there's no cash, but there's some cash pictured in the photograph.
Yes.
Was there cash that was seized as well?
Yes, it was.
All right. So based on this, didn't appear there was any effort to take Mr. Martell's belongings.
Correct.
Okay. Any evidence that the house was broken into or anything taken from the house?
Not that I could determine.
Publish State 16, please. And 17. And then back to 16, if you would. What efforts were made to document this? What is it that we're looking at?
We're looking at the front driver's door window that was shattered with a hole in it.
Okay. And what did you do to try to
I
document
didn't see you on that
The
round.
glass was very fragile because it was broken. So prior to doing anything to it, besides fingerprinting, I would have put clear tape on both sides, the interior and the exterior, just to hold it in place for transportation and collection.
I'm approaching with what I've marked as States 126. Is this the glass that you were able to remove from the vehicle?
Yes.
Is it in the same or substantially the same condition as when you seized it?
Yes.
Move in evidence States 126.
There you go. States 126 is admitted.
Publish. And the glass evidence, is that consistent with the gunshot?
Yes, it is.
All right. Did you, as part of your job, have an occasion to photograph Wendy Adelson's vehicle?
Yes, I did.
Was that done the same day that you collected this other evidence?
Yes, it was.
Where did you photograph her vehicle?
Her vehicle was towed to the Tallahassee Police Department.
And approach and show you what I've marked as States Exhibits 18 through 21. Do you recognize 18 through 21?
Yes, I do.
Are those the photos you took of Ms. Adelson's vehicle?
Yes.
Move into evidence 18 through 21.
There you go. States 18 through 21 is admitted.
Publish States 18, please. Publish 19. Publish 20. What is this item?
This was on the front passenger seat of the vehicle, and it is a bottle of alcohol and a receipt.
All right. And did you take a closer photo of the receipt? States 21, please.
Yes.
And what does that show about when the alcohol was purchased?
On 7/18 of 2014 at 12:49 from ABC Fine Liquor and Spirits, or Fine Wine and Spirits.
They just
Did you
doxed
also
your
go to the
ride.
hospital?
Yes, I did.
What were you asked?
How dirty is that? That is so dirty. Dox the poor boy.
Hey guys.
That's a
Wow, you
just-
already got through openings?
yeah. We did. We let Next Witness do the opening. We watched her new video. It was openings, but Law Tuber reacts.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we watched it like that.
I'll have to catch that on
Maybe
replay.
more like a Cliff Notes version with comedy.
The what?
It's like a Cliff Notes version with comedy.
Nice. Perfect.
So,
Love next
now we're,
witness.
now we're on the boring trial testimony, but we've already been through 1 or 2 witnesses. So
Yeah, Rivera testifies today on this one, and it's good.
To do at the hospital.
Document and collect any evidence.
At the time that you responded to the hospital, was Mr. Markel deceased or still alive?
He was still alive.
Approach and show you what I've marked as state's exhibits.
what was the meal, Mary B? What'd you eat?
Pizza.
Pizza. Homemade pizza or Domino's?
No, it was from a local place that makes good pizza.
Oh, that sucks for me.
22 through 24. Do you recognize these exhibits?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize them?
I took those photographs at the hospital.
Are they fair and accurate photos of how Mr. Markel looked that day?
Yes.
Move into evidence, state's exhibits 22, 23, and 24, Your Honor.
Objection. No, Your Honor. States 22, 23, and 24. Admitted.
Publish 22, please. This is how Mr. Markel appeared?
Yes.
And this was done on the 18th?
Yes. Yes.
Publish next exhibit, please. This is 23. Why did you take this photograph?
For the darkened area on his forearm.
Why was that of significance?
That is consistent with stippling.
What is stippling?
Stippling is being close contact to a firearm that was discharged, and it's going to be the unburnt gunpowder and gases that leave the barrel of a gun at a high velocity, and it will tattoo or stain the skin.
State's exhibit 24, please. Is this another effort to capture that stippling that you observed?
Yes.
No further questions?
Cross-examination. No questions, Your Honor. Very well. Ms. Maltese, you may sit down.
This witness is excused, Your Honor.
It is going fast, Mary B.
Well, wait, where's the judge yelling at her? Is that now or is that a little bit later?
This is all from Trial Channel.
Okay. Well, hopefully they got that part. That was
Well, I'm
pretty.
not saying a part 5. Why is that?
Oh. Is it just out of order, maybe?
Mm-hmm. It looks like we're going to part 6. There's only 7.
Oh no, where's the guy with the beard? That's the one that's cut out.
Isn't?
Yeah,
Well,
the
look,
guy with the
well, I've got it on a longer version with all the junk in it. So while this one plays, I'll find his.
Okay. Yeah, I think it might just be out of order because I did see it on there.
And we can skip this and go straight to cross-examination too, if you want to.
Well, I'm not sure if oh yeah, they do cross this guy. No, I'm fine with watching it. It's not that long, is it? Oh, this one's long.
Yeah, it's like an hour and 42 minutes
Oh,
edited.
there's no jury in there now, so that might be when he yells at her. I love that part.
It may be combined, huh? Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's see. We'll watch a few minutes of it.
Okay.
I don't want to watch all hour and 42 minutes of it though. I kind of do.
That's fine. Go ahead.
But Glare has Anti-Deb and Nurse Kim on at 8.
Good. Maybe Auntie Deb can show him how to fix the chat names.
But we'll all pile up in that. Well, not all of us. 20 of us will pile up in there whenever they come on.
Damn right.
Give us something to do.
64 email exhibit, composite, and I haven't had time to look at all the ones they're getting to, but I know the first one is marked as States Exhibit 64A.
Okay.
This is an email initially from Donna Adelson.
Yeah, I forgot. We watched a few of those. Now, Aussie came out with something. Did you see it? She had a new video out. I think you're muted.
No, I have not seen that.
This
What's
is from
it about? Is it about this trial?
It's about John O'Keefe.
Oh, okay.
Let me find it real quick. I don't know what I did with it. So we always watch it. Next witness attorney reacts. And also, he hadn't put anything out in a while, so damn. Come on, kid. Let's check it out. See.
Let's see what she's got.
It's titled "Where the Heck is John O'Keefe?"
The data don't lie, people
Bam. Oh, Ryan Nagel's back. Okay.
Carmel calls Ryan Nagel.
Ryan Nagel. Ryan Nagel's in the house.
I like the sweater.
May I proceed?
Yes.
Is it? Yeah, I like the half zip. I like the sweater.
This dude, who, because of the unfortunate nature of my pause, looks like he's dropping a deuce in the witness stand. I may have really done this guy dirty on the pause.
I love Runkle.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Could you please introduce yourself to the jury?
Sir,
my
you-
name is Ryan Nagel. How old are you?
Ironically
I'm 32.
wearing a
What
fucking
area of the city or
pullover?
the state do you live in? I live in Canton, Massachusetts. How long have you lived in Canton for?
Why are you wearing a
32 years.
pullover?
My whole life. You still live in Canton? Yes, I do.
Is
Do
it
you work
cold
the
in
area?
Massachusetts
I work in
today?
the city. What do you do generally? I do HVAC. I want you to take us back to January 29th, 2022. That evening on the 28th, leading into the 29th, do you remember where you were? Yes, I do. Where were you? I was in a vehicle. Okay. Before you were in the vehicle, were you out? Okay.
Oh, you were in a vehicle. Okay, awesome. That sounds riveting.
Okay. Before you were in the vehicle, were you out earlier that night on the 28th?
Yes, sir. I was at CF McCarthy's.
I was
What's
in
CF
my
McCarthy's?
car.
It is a local restaurant / pub.
This guy looks like his lifelong dream is to have a chopped salad food truck.
Who were you at CF McCarthy's with?
My sister at the time, and then my friend Ricky and my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, now they're gonna make Ryan ship. What were you doing at CF McCarthy's?
Just enjoying a night, having a few drinks.
Boy. When you said have a few drinks, did you have a few drinks?
I did, yes.
Do you remember how many drinks you had?
Not off the top of my head.
Do you remember whether the drinks you had, the alcoholic drinks that you had, it affected your ability at all? Were you
He's going to try and make Ryan Nagel seem drunk and unreliable. Watch.
impaired in any way?
I wouldn't say impaired, but I only drank beer.
Okay. Do you feel like you had any type of effect?
Beer is still alcohol. Just
Okay. Do you feel like you had any type of effect
Nobody's
from the
ever gotten
alcohol?
impaired off beer.
I may have.
Were you driving?
No, I was not, sir.
Do you remember the
Which is
times
fair.
that you were at McCarthy?
CF McCarthy's.
8, 9 o'clock.
What time did you leave?
Probably right before midnight.
When you left McCarthy's right before midnight, did you have a plan that you were going to do something?
No, I did not.
Tell us, after you leave McCarthy's, where do you go?
I was going to go home, but
Straight to
my sister
hell.
Julie texted me to be picked up.
When you were going to go home, tell us, when you leave McCarthy's, what kind of vehicle were you in?
I was in my friend Ricky's Ford pickup truck.
Who was driving?
Ricky.
Was anybody else with you too?
My ex-girlfriend Heather.
Heather. You know Heather's last name?
Maxim.
Did you know where she was?
Yes, I did.
Where was she?
She was at her friend Brian's house.
Did you know the address?
Not off the top of my head, but I knew the street.
Did you know the house?
Yes.
Did you know her friend Brian?
Yes, I did.
What is his last name?
Albert.
Is he a senior or a junior?
He is a junior.
Wait a second. I thought Brian Albert, the homeowner dad, was junior, that there was a senior, and that Brian Albert, who had a birthday, was like the third.
And Albert Jr.?
Just through my sister.
Had you ever been to that house before inside the house?
No, I have not, sir.
When you approach the house, before you approach the house, is there a road that intersects Fairview?
Yes.
And what's the name of that road?
Actually,
I don't know.
All right, short attention span theater, maybe.
Yay.
You ready? This
Ready.
Turtleboy's video about Nick Guarino trying to
do it.
explain Apple Hill State. So Brooklyn, we're doing short attention span theater. I feel the copyright claim coming on.
Yeah.
And Apple Health data can reveal a number of steps that a person has taken during a given time period, as well as whether that person is going up or downstairs, correct?
Yes.
All right. Do you stand by the statement that he ascended and descended 3 flights of stairs precisely at 12, 22, and 14 seconds?
I'm going by what Celebrate has given me from that time points, and that's what I used.
Isn't it true that what the Apple Health data actually state is that John O'Keefe's phone went up and down 3 flights of stairs sometime within the time period that began at 12, 22, 14 and ended at 12, 24, 37?
I can't speak to it. I don't know. This is what, again, when the phone comes back up with location data at 12:19, as I said, he's by Dedham Street and Cedar Crest Road. At 1:38 Dedham Street, right around there, 12:20 a.m., 34 Fairview's put into Waze. He then proceeds down Dedham Street, takes a left onto Oakdale Road. Goes to the end of Oakdale, takes a left onto Maplecroft. As he's going by Maplecroft and Pinecone Road, right around 12:22 and 14 seconds, was a data point listed that he's ascending, descending the stairs. So he's over a half mile away from 34 Fairview at this point. They go down Maplecroft, take a right onto Cedar Crest, all the way down Cedar Crest. They do not turn onto Fairview Road. It goes by Fairview, does a 3-point turn or turns around somehow, and then goes back to Fairview and takes a right, where it finally stops between 34 and 32 Fairview.
Watch out for the hill, kid. I think he said Pinecroft is right where they were when this happened.
This is Pinecone Road, and then Maplecroft intersects here, and this is the ascending, descending stairs points in his phone. Doing a Google Earth elevation check. There's about a 20-degree dip, and then it goes up, and then as you go down Cedar Crest, the hill is about a 50-foot elevation change again. So it's pretty significant.
And so I'm sorry, sir, as far as the elevation change that you're talking about, how is that measured and how and where is that in reference to what's picked up here? So
Again, like I said, in this area here, there's about a 20-foot drop, and then as you go down Cedar Crest, that hill is about 50 feet. This spot here is the ascending, descending stairs. So as I said before, he doesn't have an iWatch on, so it's not collecting that great health data. It's still acting as a pedometer. So again, whatever movements he's doing is triggering something in the phone as he's ascending and descending these hills. Essentially, it could be tricking the phone into thinking it's stairs.
And right around, I'll show you. This is the street where Garino.
There are no hills there, by the way.
By March 28, 2011. It includes content and paragraph 3. Discussion of Dan and his parents attempting to spend time with the kids and knowing that it's you can read what it says. That item. And relevance grounds. Relevance is that Mrs. Adelson treated the victim and extended to his parents as well.
This is while they're still together, Judge. This is 2011. It has nothing to do with Danny. It's a derogatory comment made by my client regarding Danny's parents. Wendy made comments, and Mrs. Adelson made comments, and they're not relevant to this case. This is while Danny and Wendy are still together.
As to whether your client had any animus towards the deceased, is there a time period where it has to be within the divorce?
It's not animus towards the deceased. I'm talking about the comments towards his parents.
Gentlemen, as it relates to the comments going towards the parents.
It's relevant that goes toward motive. She did not want these children to be with the father and with the father's family. She wanted them with her and her family. And that's what happened.
That's not what this email says.
Right. That's not what the email said. It's not a confession of murder. It's a expression of dislike, which goes to the motive.
You're muted.
Sorry. Maybe found the part 5. So
Yes.
good score.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth?
Yes, I do.
You may take your seat. Thank you. Please speak loudly and clearly.
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
I'm Dr. Anthony J. Clark, Anthony J. Clark, Clark.
How are you employed?
I'm currently employed as Associate Medical Examiner for the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Division of Forensic Science in the Central Regional Office in Macon, Georgia.
What are your duties there?
I work as an Associate Medical Examiner. I perform what's called the autopsy and forensic autopsies and death investigations.
Is there ever a time that you worked here in Tallahassee as an assistant medical examiner?
Yes.
What time periods did you do that?
I was from 2007 to 2023.
All right. And how many autopsies have you performed during the course of your career?
It's over 8,000 now.
And what is the education and training that you have that qualifies you to do that type of work?
I obtained my bachelor's science degree from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I did 2 years of animal research before moving on to Jefferson Medical College in Philadelphia. I graduated from the college and then traveled to the Britain General Hospital in Britain, Connecticut, and did a 2-year general surgical internship. I then went to the Hartford Hospital in Hartford, Connecticut, did 4 years of anatomic and clinical pathology. I then traveled from that program down to Atlanta, Georgia, where I did a 2-year forensic pathology fellowship at the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office in association with Emory University. I am board certified in anatomic and forensic pathology. I have medical licensures both in the state of Georgia and Florida.
Have you ever testified as an expert in the area of forensic pathology?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
Several hundred times.
Tender Dr. Clark as an expert in the area of forensic pathology, Your Honor.
Does the defense wish to redact the witness? Is there any challenge to his ability to provide an opinion? Members of the jury, the witness will be permitted to testify before you today in the form of an opinion in the fields of both medicine and forensic pathology. You may continue.
Doctor, did you conduct the autopsy of Dan Markell?
Yes, I did.
When was that conducted?
We performed it on July 19, 2014, and we started at 11:55 hours.
Where was the autopsy conducted?
At that time, we were in the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital morgue.
Did you take photos as part of your autopsy?
Yes, I did.
Would use of those photos assist you in your testimony?
Yes, they would.
Would they assist the jury in understanding your testimony?
Yes, they would.
Take a moment to look through those and let me know if you recognize them.
Yes, ma'am.
Are they fair and accurate photographs that were taken during the autopsy of Mr. Markell?
Yes, they are.
Moving to evidence states 25 through 34, Your Honor.
States 25 to 34 admitted at this time.
Publish 25, please.
Before you publish, the parties can briefly approach. State, you may resume with your examination of Dr. Clark at this time.
Publishing 25. Okay, explain what we're looking at in states 25.
As far as the examination, particularly in gunshot wounds, we like to know whether the bullets are still in the body or how badly they are broken up, etc. So we do X-rays. And this X-ray, this is an X-ray of the head. You can see the top of the head here, the jaw, right side, left side, and these really bright spots here and here are the bullets that we recovered for this individual. They come out because they're very dense. The X-rays bounce off and turn them white here, just like bone. It's fairly dense. These are the bullets here, here and here.
Publish states 26, please. How many bullets were in Mr. Markell's head?
There were 2 bullets in his head, and you can see on this one here that hit the left cheek, actually fragmented a little bit. And then we had a bullet inside the head, back to the left side, right side, excuse me, right side.
States 27. What are we looking at here, doctor?
This is actually the identification photograph of the individual. We like to get them cleaned up. We'll put the identifying tag underneath their chin, the case number, the date, using my initials. And you can see that there has been quite a bit of damage here, particularly on the left side of the face. We have a gunshot wound here. It's labeled number 1 in the autopsy report, and this is number 2, labeled number 2 in the autopsy report.
By labeling them 1 and 2 respectively, are you opining that that's the order in which those shots were fired?
No, the numbering system in the autopsy report is just for me to discuss during the trial.
Publish 28, please. What does 28 show?
So this is what I call gunshot wound number 2. And you can see it's quite irregular. It's not a nice round hole you like to see, but the way it hit the bone, it caused a lot of damage and tearing in this area here. You can see that there's some what we call raccoon eyes or hemorrhage around the eyes, or quite a bit of swelling going on here. Also in this area here, you see a lot of minor superficial abrasions that vary in size. Some are a bunch bigger and some are smaller. You can see it's all over the cheek here, so and the ear and the side of the neck here. This is what we call pseudo stippling, and this usually happens after the bullet goes through a door or a window or hits concrete and causes those items, the glass or the wood or the concrete, to splinter and cause small particles to to shoot out and hit the individual's skin. So this isn't true stippling, which is due to gunpowder. We'll see an example of that in a minute. But so we have large areas of pseudo stippling around the left side of the face, left side, neck, and ear.
So each of those small red injuries represents a piece of glass striking?
Piece of glass, yes, ma'am, or part of the bullet that fragmented off the main part of the bullet.
Page 29, please. What's this one show?
Again, we're looking at the left side of the neck here. Here's the left ear. You can see that the pseudo stippling is quite extensive. Also, you'll see that there's kind of a purplish discoloration here because of where the bullet track went to. It caused a large amount of bleeding into the left side of the face, where you saw a huge distortion of the left side of the face and then drain down into the neck.
630.
Okay, this is going to be gunshot wound number 1. It's right between the eyebrows, closer to the left eyebrow. Again, is distorted in a nice little round hole because of the shelf of bone that's there. It's called the glabella. So it causes a irregular entry wound. And now we're seeing a much finer area of stippling across the forehead here. This is much different from what we're seeing on the left side of the face. This is true stippling, or gunpowder stippling from the barrel of the gun directly.
How does firing a gun cause this pseudo stippling?
The stippling.
Stippling.
Okay, when the firearm is discharged, out of the barrel comes the bullet, of course, hot gases, soot, burning, and unburned gunpowder. What causes the stippling is the burning and unburned gunpowder. It's a particulate that strikes the skin and abrades it. It doesn't burn it, but it hits it and abrades it, scrapes it. So that usually with a handgun, we can see the stippling out to about 18 to 24 inches. This to me looks a lot closer than that, but all we're seeing is the stippling here.
So the presence of this evidence suggests that the muzzle of the gun was quite close to Mr. Markel's head when it was fired.
Yes, I'm thinking inches. Yes, ma'am.
State 31, please. What does that show?
Okay, this is giving you a perspective of the two gunshot wounds here. What I call labels 1, what is label 2, the pseudo stippling on the nose, the fine stippling on the forehead, the hemorrhage around the left eye, part of the raccoon eye pattern.
States Exhibit 32.
This is the left forearm, and what you see here is kind of a ring of soot, partial ring of soot here, and some stippling on the forearm here too.
What is that consistent with?
That to me is suggested that arm was up near the gun when it was discharged. That's at one point in time, and most likely the one gunshot wound that went to the center of the head here, that arm was up in a defensive type thing or a reaction type thing, and the soot and stippling is actually not from the barrel, but when you're talking about a revolver, you have a cylinder where the bullets are. You have a space between the cylinder and the barrel. It's called a cylinder gap. And soot and gunpowder can come out of the cylinder gap and cause this kind of pattern.
So again, consistent with the firearm being very close to the victim?
That's correct.
And also, is it consistent with the victim at least having enough wherewithal of the impending danger to raise his arm in defense?
In my opinion, yes, ma'am.
Right. And you said that the number that you ordered the shots for purposes of your reports does not necessarily mean that's the order of the shots that were fired in this case. Do you have an opinion as to, and that's the second shot is the one that was not survivable?
That's correct.
And was there any?
I just put our Discord in the chat. So Jenny Lynn, Wendy, if y'all want to, anybody else, if you're not in the Discord, you can come hang out with us there too in between streams.
Join us.
Turn off notifications immediately.
Amount of medical attention that Mr. Markel would have gotten there sooner.
Well, these are pretty devastating injuries, particularly the gunshot wound in the brain.
Did you collect the projectiles from Mr. Markel's head?
Yes, I did.
I'll show you States Exhibit 127 and 128. If you will publish 33, please. Did you recognize 127 and 128?
Yes, I did.
How do you recognize those?
These are the envelopes that we placed these bullets in with the identifying marker labels and where they were from. Both ones from gunshot wound number 1 and one from gunshot wound number 2.
Are they in the same or substantially the same condition as when you collected them?
They appear to be so, yes, ma'am.
Moving to evidence 127 and 128, Your Honor.
Virtual juror just posted a
Is
video.
this a photograph of one of these projectiles removed from Mr. Markel's head?
Yes, ma'am. This is the one from gunshot wound number 2 to the left cheek area. If you remember on the x-ray, it had kind of a barrel shape to it. I don't know, but you see the barrel shape here.
And for the record, that was 33, now publishing 34. What does this show?
This is the bullet that we pulled from the right side of the brain. The x-ray is getting a little pretty deformed. You can see that we've taken one picture, one aspect of it here. Here's the identifying label.
What is meant by the term cause of death?
That is how that person died.
Right, and is it part of your job as assistant medical examiner to determine cause of death?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you able to do that in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the cause of death?
Gunshot wounds of the face and head.
And what about manner of death? What's meant by that term?
Manner of death is how what were the circumstances that eventually led to the death.
And do you have an opinion as to the manner of death?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Homicide.
You have further questions?
Dr. Clark.
Judge, this witness can be excused, and this might be a good time to take our lunch.
Very well. Dr. Clark, you may step down, sir. Have a good day.
Yell at her.
Well, on the recess break this afternoon, I do believe this merits a small bit of discussion on the topic. The matters that we discussed at sidebar concerning emotional responses, I do feel it is important at this point, Mrs. Adelson, when the testimony is occurring or the evidence, I know you may have a natural reaction, but as best possible, you need to control your reactions concerning any head movements, any expressions of disagreement, or any emotional outbursts. The jury must decide this matter on the merits, on the evidence. Do you understand this? Very well. I do not wish to do this in front of the jurors at all, but it's very important that you are able to control your emotions. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does either party need to be heard before we before we go into the lunch break? Well,
I just posted virtual jurors page too. Make sure you guys get subscribed. I see I got you some subscribers because you were like 8. Now you're up to 23. You're rolling.
Love you, virtual.
Mary B and Toy are both in the mid-50s now.
Yeah.
Walking on along. Get you some subs. It's not a lot of
please report back at 1:15 as well. I believe we have 3 other witnesses that we can possibly get through this afternoon.
Nice. All right, so
Jeannie Lynn, isn't that a thing for judges? Aren't they just always aggravated? Except for the Turtleboy. He's like a jolly judge.
yeah. So this is virtual juror. She's in the chat with you guys. Her freshly posted video.
Nice.
Here we go.
Today's docket dive is another Turtleboy status report. I hope you're ready to kick some tires and light some fires because we're going over the legal circus that is the Aiden Carney case. Forget what you think you know about.
I missed the last stream when I played her. The first video I found of hers, I was just surfing YouTube and found it. And then I was like, damn, this is good. I wish I could do this. If I could do this, it would like round it off. People wouldn't even be able to compete. I'd be like YouTube. I just have YouTube to myself.
Justice. Welcome to the virtual juror, where snark is reality, but evidence is royalty, where we look at the FACS, facts and conjecture shared at first, before we get into the real stuff.
That background music's going to get us a copyright claim.
Those damn
All right,
copyrights.
time to
Yeah, it's going to, hopefully it's just a small claim.
lawyer up and dive into the legal nitty-gritty of this discovery debacle with a healthy dose of professional side-eye. At its core, this hearing is about an itty-bitty thing called discovery, which is the legal world's show and tell. Except when you missed show and tell as a kid, no biggie. You miss it in court? Well, that could be a very different story. The prosecution is supposed to hand over all the evidence they have against Turtleboy. The problem, as defense attorney Bradel so theatrically pointed out, is that this show and tell box appears to be 80% empty, with most of the rest in a language only a broken 1990s computer can understand. The defense is screaming about exculpatory evidence and a little thing called the Brady Rule. In layman's terms, the prosecution is legally obligated to give the defense any evidence that might suggest their client is innocent. Hiding this kind of evidence is a constitutional no-no of the highest order. Bradel is essentially accusing the prosecution of not just hiding the he didn't do it files, but possibly deleting them from the recycle bin of a corrupted hard drive. Then there's the whole mess of the lost and altered evidence. Alleging that a government agent manipulated YouTube titles to look more incriminating is a spicy meatball of an accusation. It's one thing to present evidence. It's another thing entirely to allegedly create it. This moves from simple incompetence to potentially serious misconduct that could get the case thrown out. And the cherry on top is the fight over protective orders versus FOIA requests. The prosecution wants to keep certain documents under wraps, like a secret family recipe. But the defense is pointing out that this secret recipe has already been published in the town newsletter thanks to Public Freedom of Information Act requests. It's a bold move to ask a judge to protect information that's already floating around the internet. And it makes the prosecution look like they're trying to lock the barn door after the horse has already won the Kentucky Derby. In short, the defense is painting a picture of a prosecution that is either technologically inept on a biblical scale or is deliberately playing a game of legal keep away with crucial evidence. The judge is currently in the unenviable position of being the kindergarten teacher telling one side to please, for the love of all that is holy, just share your toys. Well, that's all we have for you today.
Cool. I think that was it.
Very nice. Yeah, she said there's just a song after.
Yeah. Well,
No songs.
we will not indulge the song, but the video. Nice. Another good one. Another good one.
Yeah, awesome.
We're gonna get you right. We're gonna get you rolling. Drag you right along. All right. Get back to this for a minute, and then I want to watch something else, Turtleboy, before we get done. And we got an hour and 10 minutes before Glare goes on. So watch a little bit of this. I'm not watching all of it.
Much of this email does lack relevance or probative value for the jury. However, Ms. Kappelman, does this tie into other messages which otherwise would demonstrate the motive you're trying to prove? Or is this standalone known?
I mean, there are other emails that express similar sentiments. I don't think they're specifically tied to the visit that's referenced in that particular email.
Are you arguing then that the defendant has a consistent animus towards deceased?
Oh, yes.
Very well. Over objection, I will permit it only on the grounds that it shows that the defendant had a consistent animus towards deceased or his family. However, the defense is asking for a limiting instruction as to this evidence. You might request it now.
We're asking, yes, we would ask for limiting instruction. This is not directed towards Danny Markell. I mean, if you take a look at it, Mrs. Adelson is complaining that Danny and
What you talking about, Mary B?
What?
You said you didn't know it was virtual jurors.
Yeah, virtual juror. The song at the end was her song.
Oh, it's an AI song she made.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I did not realize that.
We'll listen to it one day.
I love Suno, but I need to get the actual what do you call it, subscription, so that I can get all the features.
Cool. That makes me feel better because all the music on here is ours too. Toy makes all the music. She's the musician. Oh my gosh, she showed me some stuff today she's doing with the rats.
Yay! More rats.
It's really cool.
Awesome.
I didn't know they could do that, but they can do a lot more than just scroll across there. It's pretty cool. We'll see very soon.
Wendy schlepped the boys down to see his parents instead of them driving up to see the boys. It has nothing to do with trying to keep the boys from the family. So I'm not sure what limiting instruction would be effective, but this is as to it doesn't express any animus to Danny. So I'm not sure what the suggests. The state's theory is not hatred towards Danny Markell's family. And so I'm confused.
As to the state's theory, please clarify this issue.
State's theory includes that Mrs. Adelson hated all things Dan Markell, and all things Dan Markell needed to be erased from his children's lives, including the grandparents. Now, I know Your Honor has precluded me from mentioning visitation to grandparents and things like that, but obviously that's always been a part of this list, and I'm still not limited from including that, but it is important to show that this animus existed as far back as 328 of 11. And this is the first item in the exhibit because it goes back to Ferguson time. I think it's important.
We're not going to be wasting a lot of time on this back and forth. This is the point of pretrial motions. On this point, as it relates to the state's theory of the case, the defendant had animus towards the deceased or his family. It will be permitted on those grounds. If the defense is asking in some way for a limited instruction to be given, please request it now.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the limited instruction that is requested?
I think promises is loaded.
Your Honor, I'm at a loss. I
don't know.
I think that an instruction that, this doesn't show hatred towards Danny. So again, I'm not sure. I obviously disagree with the state's argument concerning this. So
What else would be considered for the defendant's state of mind as it related to the deceased or his family?
I would ask that it be related to the deceased's family. It's not to do with the deceased.
It's got to be. Well, let's go through them.
Yes, sir. 64D is an email dated 10/26/12. Am I correct? This email is from Donna Adelson and Wendy Adelson, showing her list of prospective love interests from the website. Mrs. Adelson has identified as potential matches for Wendy, offered to show how controlling Donna Adelson was over the children's lives, how much she inserted herself into their private lives. And again, she likes to be in control of who they date and who they marry.
Response.
This is not an email from my client, Wendy Adelson. This is an email from Match.com to the email address that my client has. It doesn't say anything, the copy I have at least doesn't say anything at all about Wendy Adelson.
Okay, I'll replace it with a copy that shows the email heading on top of it. It's my fault.
And this was her forwarding this or actually including some sort of message?
She forwards it. I'm not sure if she included a message. She definitely did on the next one, which is also subject to defense objection. It's stated at 64.9. I'll put you that as well. Related. Today on exhibit 64I.
Well, as to any questioning of Wendy Adelson as the role her mother played in her life, including screening potential romantic interest, that question certainly can be asked. But as to an exception to hearsay, what is being offered concerning this?
The relevance of it, or the exception to hearsay is a statement of the party. Relevance is that Mrs. Adelson was very controlling and micromanaging with her children's lives, particularly their love lives, threatening their rights to be able to listen. Eliminated Mr. Markel.
I just can't understand how this would be material to this case in any way, anything that the state has to prove. If you want to bash her reputation or what she did, they got to prove criminal offenses against her. That is true. Being a man shot someone while she's living with her daughter have anything to do with something the state has to prove here? Nothing.
I believe this once again goes to the issue of the motive. I understand the defense's position that you disagree. As to this motion, or excuse me, as to this item, this is 64I.
64D and I, Your Honor.
As to whether the defendant in any way possessed a motive concerning Wendy Adelson, or excuse me, as it related to the deceased and controlling who Wendy Adelson may have sought as a romantic interest. Ms. Kappelman, do you have other evidence that's going to tie that to this particular item?
I do have other evidence that Mrs. Adelson, just on the wire, speaking about Wendy's love life and her current love interest and who she wants her to date, and discussing with Charlie Adelson, wanting Charlie to intervene with Wendy and encourage her to date a certain person. So I do think it is a theme that reemerges with other evidence.
Well, as the state of mind and motive, I will permit this evidence to be given over objection. However, as to the foundations for these things, Ms. Kappelman, they'll have to be laid through the appropriate witnesses.
All these items came from search warrant executed on Wendy Adelson's Google account. The next item, Judge, is just managed to locate this. I believe it's 64W, an email dated June 27th. And the objection in this case relates to the characterization of Judge Hobbs as a, I can't find the quote, but something like a Southern black lady. They just were proposing redacting that. On a page for Your Honor. Page 2 of that email, I'll give you 1 and 2. Second page, 2/3 of the way down in the second paragraph, mention of Judge Hobbs. There's no particular relevance to that characterization of Judge Hobbs, so I just don't think it's prejudicial, so I don't know why we're redacting. Whatever Your Honor thinks on that one.
So the jury could take that as in a very derogatory way. It has absolutely nothing to do with this case. That comment. Nothing. Unless there's another motive I don't know about.
If in some way, since we do have 2 jurors of African American descent that would otherwise impute on the defendant a negative character trait, I will permit the redaction for that reason. Beyond that, the item will be admitted.
Next, Judge, is an email dated April 7th, 2015. What's referenced here is 64HH.
So wait, hold up, question. So he's saying that they're going to keep one of the texts away from the jury because there's a couple of jurors of African American descent that will.
Yeah, I think they use a bad word in it. Probably dropping the M word in there. So he's
That's
just
how he feels reading that.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
fuck
sure
you, bitch.
I'm sure he don't care. Look at him. Don't care. But he keeps it moving though. He's been keeping it rolling.
Yeah, he does.
This email is an email regarding Wendy moving, and evidence is going to show that she moved from a more secure location to a less secure location. So the relevance is sort of going to have to be developed as the trial goes on. But the idea is that there was no fear for Wendy's safety.
Everyone can be seated. Members of the jury, I trust you had a restful lunch break. Before we resume with the evidence this afternoon, I'm going to read to you a stipulation that has been agreed upon by the parties. When the parties agree that certain facts are true, that is called a stipulation of fact. You must accept stipulated facts as having been proven. However, the significance of these facts, as with all facts, is for you to decide. In this case, the stipulated fact that you must accept as true is the projectiles contained in State's Exhibits 122 and 123 were examined microscopically by a firearms expert from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and were determined to have been fired from the same revolver. Ms. Kempelman, you may call your next witness.
State calls Craig Isom.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? I do. You may take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly for the jurors.
Please introduce yourself and spell your name.
Craig Isom, Craig Isom.
How are you employed?
I'm currently retired.
Congratulations. Where did you work when you worked?
Sent to Tallahassee Police Department.
How long were you with the Tallahassee Police Department?
28 and a half years.
Were you assigned to investigate the murder of Dan Markell?
I was.
How long did Dan Markell live after being shot?
I believe my understanding was around approximately 11 hours.
As part of your investigation, were the people closest to the victim interviewed?
Yes.
Including his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson?
Yes.
When and where did you approach Wendy Adelson?
She was at a restaurant in Tallahassee on Market Street. That was on the day of the shooting, which was July 18th, 2014. July 18th, 2014. It was approximately two.
Virtual juror, if anybody's got it, she's got it. That's for sure. 'Cause she be on some stuff, boys. If you want to really watch somebody break some stuff down, she gets on it. It's good.
Hi, Sassy.
What's up, Sassy? Hello.
15 in the afternoon.
All right, so approximately 3 hours and 50 minutes after the shooting?
Approximately, yes.
What did you say when you approached her?
I told her that I needed to discuss something with her in private. She was with two other individuals at the table.
2 ladies having lunch?
3 total, yes.
All right. And when you told her that you need to speak with her, were you wearing police insignia? Did you identify yourself as law enforcement?
Immediately before I identified myself and said that I was there for the purpose of speaking with Wendy Adelson.
Okay.
And I had a badge on that was readily identifiable as a police officer.
All right. And did you reassure her that she wasn't in any trouble? Did you?
Yes, I got her to step away from the table she was eating at, approximately 10, 15 feet out of earshot of the other 2 individuals that were sitting at the table. And I told her that I needed to discuss with her something that happened with her ex-husband and that her children were not involved. I reassured her because the children had already been checked on. They were still at the daycare and they were fine.
As part of this approach of Wendy Adelson, were there any handcuffs involved?
No.
Any Miranda rights read?
No.
Any use of force at all?
No.
She was not detained or under arrest?
No.
At any time, did you tell her she was a suspect in anything?
No.
Was she a suspect in anything at that moment?
No.
At any time during your interview, did you do anything that would treat her as a suspect?
No.
In fact, you told her several times in the interview that she was not a suspect. Isn't that right?
I did.
Did you ever accuse her of anything?
No.
Did you provide her with a victim advocate?
Yes.
Is that something that your office typically does for next of kin when a tragedy has occurred?
Yes.
Did you allow her to access her phone during the interview?
Yes.
What did you learn about the victim's relationship with his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson?
They had gone through it.
Celebrity in the chat. What's up, Dana?
Dina.
Hello, Dina. Dina. Glad you could come by and hang out. We're just hanging out. We're gonna all pile up in Glaire's room. 1 hour. But we've been missing some Dina, so
Yeah, we have.
you know.
And we're still fighting in a contentious divorce.
We're just in trial testimony, Detective Isom on Donna Adelson trial.
Regarding child custody.
With child custody?
Including child custody.
All right, I'm going to approach with states demonstrative pay. Have you had an opportunity to review this exhibit before today?
Yes.
What is that exhibit?
It's all of the filings from the divorce case between Wendy Adelson and Daniel Markell.
Starting with the petition for divorce and ending at the time of his death. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, we're sorry.
And the filings in here, have you had an opportunity to review them?
Yes.
All right. And did this litigation include arguing over things so petty as a tennis racket?
It did.
Objection, Your Honor. Nothing's been entered into evidence, and we would object to the witness testifying to the contents of the file.
Overruled, the witness may testify concerning his personal knowledge of the investigation.
Thank you, Judge. As part of these proceedings, did Wendy Adelson seek to relocate with the children from Tallahassee to South Florida?
She did.
Did she say why she wanted to relocate to South Florida?
Objection, hearsay.
Staying the answer to the call for hearsay unless you have an exception.
I'm going to show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit 60. Have you had an opportunity to review State's Exhibit 60?
Yes.
Are those the portion of the divorce filings contained in State's Demonstrative A that can be directly linked to Donna Adelson?
Yes.
Meaning she saw those items.
Yes. Objection, lack of foundation. I believe that's what Mr. Cattleman is doing right now. Overruled.
Move into evidence state 60, Your Honor.
Please be seated. What's that? You can step out, Mr. Austin. Please step outside the courtroom. Oh, at this point, I'm nearing becoming inclined to send the jurors home for the day, as we are wasting a significant amount of time on matters that were either previously litigated or now are still being challenged for reasons that could have been handled out of court. Mr. Zellman, for any item that is being objected to with State 60 that you are claiming has no tie to your client's communications, you need to look for that binder now.
Part of the objection that we're making concerning that is without laying the foundation through a witness with personal knowledge, there is no tie to my client. Anything, and specifically anything post-dissolution, so post-July 31st, 2013 that's in here, there's no evidence.
I heard this argument previously.
Yes.
It has been ruled upon.
Yes.
At this point, if the state has multiple witnesses that the foundation can be laid through, your objection will be noted for the record, but we are going to move on. If you need to look through this binder to match it up with specific communications in which you believe no foundation can be laid, you'll need to take the time. But as far as wasting the jurors' time on this any further today, what else does the defense need to look through concerning these exhibits?
I love this guy.
Before we leave here today, if we need to go through every single state exhibit to deal with any objections concerning them, we will do so, however long that takes. But we're not going to be wasting the jurors' time.
You're subject to our objection concerning establishing the foundation for proving my client's knowledge. We're ready to proceed.
Concerning that, Ms. Cattleman, between former Detective Isom, Donna Adelson, or any other witnesses, are you going to be establishing the foundation as to the defendant's knowledge or connection to multiple witnesses?
May I have on, please?
Go ahead.
I didn't plan to do that. I provided this exhibit to the defense. I have not heard anything about an objection, so I have not planned to ask this go through every single piece of paper for purpose. I can do that, but that is not listen to me. I really need to prepare for that. I do have a list of how each piece of paper is related to the defendant, but this witness isn't prepared.
So, not to sound like a broken record, but that part where the jurors need to go home, so the issues concerning these documents could be looked through. Concerning that, Mr. Zellman, what is your position?
Judge, I've said all along.
I know what your argument is, but as to the items the state is seeking to admit today, are there going to be more challenges of this nature? If you have objections, I will rule on them, but we're not going to waste the jurors' time.
Judge, as to 64AA, my client and her husband shared an email address. There's no evidence as to who sent the response that the state is trying to get to.
How many parts of 64 is the defense objecting to? Concerning AA, the foundation need to be laid amongst multiple witnesses, or is Detective Isom capable of doing this?
As far as to whom the email address belonged, that will have to be tied up with Wendy Adelson.
Well, if there are any other parts of Exhibit 64 that need to be dealt with now while the jurors are out of the room, please look through it.
Just AA.
Are there any other exhibits that pertain to Detective Isom that need to be dealt with while the jurors?
I'd be so scared. Like, don't yell at me.
Everyone can be seated. You may continue with your examination of Mr. Isom as it relates to the foundation.
Mr. Isom, you, I believe, previously indicated that you reviewed the divorce file as part of your investigation.
Yes.
And that's the court file.
Yes.
All right. And as part of your investigation, did you review the emails that were subject to Wendy Adelson's Google search warrant?
Yes.
And in those emails, was there an email in which the contents of, let me ask you first about the motion. Did you review a motion where Dan Markell was seeking to restrict Donna Adelson's access to the children?
Yes, I did.
All right. And that motion was filed with the court.
Yes.
It was pending at the time of his death.
Yes.
And did you find in the emails any evidence that the contents of that motion were sent to Donna Adelson?
Yes.
And is that tab AA of State's Exhibit 64?
Yes.
And are the contents of that email substantially similar to the allegations made in the court filing?
Substantially, yes.
Okay. And what is the gist of what it is that Dan Markell is requesting?
He does not want Donna Adelson to have unsupervised contact with his children.
Why not?
Because of the statements that are made in here, and that was shown in the court filing, that the children reflected that grandma says you're stupid, grandma says she hates you.
And
Judge.
At this time, Judge, I would ask to admit State's Exhibit 64.
All parts, or just the part that does not include AA.
Subject to turning up AA, I would seek to admit the whole thing.
States 64, any objection?
Just the objection previously made, Your Honor.
Concerning States 64, it will be admitted except for part AA and any later foundation that needs to be addressed.
Did, in your review of these emails contained in State's Exhibit 64, the defendant, Donna Adelson, use any strong language against Dan Markel?
Yes.
Did she call him any names?
Yes.
I would ask you to review State's Exhibit 64, tab DD. Do you recognize that exhibit?
Yes.
What email is that?
This is from Donna to Wendy.
And does she call Dan any names in that email?
She calls him Elvis.
How about asshole?
I don't know what's in here.
Take your time. Have you ever seen an email where she called him an asshole?
I've seen an email, but I don't see it here.
Okay, let's move on. Tab M, please.
Emma?
M as in Mike.
Emma.
Who? I guess tell us who it's to, who it's from, and the date, please.
It's from Donna to Wendy, March 6th, 2013.
Does she call Dan Markel any names in that email?
Yes, she does.
What names does she call him?
In this particular email, after the first paragraph, it says that she calls him a major fucker.
Please refer to tab Q, a May 3rd of 13 email.
Yes.
Does that email, is it from Donna to Wendy?
Maybe notice how I made it when I've got closed captions on, it won't put up the bad words.
Oh, you made it do that?
Yes.
Nice.
Because that could. What's up, Jason Smith?
Jason Smith is here. No way.
Took him a while to find us. But yeah. Welcome to the chat, All
Great
Star.
to see you.
It is?
And does it reference
found this
Wendy's relocation efforts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does it indicate that Wendy's relocation efforts are extremely important to Donna Adelson?
Yes.
Please reference tab B as in Victor, a June 25th email. Are you familiar with the court filing in which relocation was denied?
Yes.
Do you know on which date relocation was denied?
June 20th, 2013.
So this is email on tab B as in Victor. Is it 5 days after relocation was denied?
It is June 26th, 2013.
Does Donna Adelson, the defendant, propose another plan to facilitate relocation in light of the court's ruling?
Yes.
So this is done after the court's ruling.
Correct.
And relocation is still being discussed.
Yes.
Okay. What does she suggest?
She suggests that the children between Wendy and Dan start attending, or at least the ruse of them going to a Christian church or a Catholic church.
And to take pictures of it and send.
What's up, Janine?
Hi, Janine.
Yo, brother, bestie, what's going on? Hey,
Nah,
chat.
shit.
What's up?
Oh, shit. Jason Smith just joined
Jason
us.
Smith is here. Hey, I'm on my phone. Now I have a phone. I can see the chat without
Nice.
getting tapping out.
I just dropped the Discord in the chat. Anybody that's new that wants to join the Discord.
Cool. Great to see you, Jason, Robin, Clerk, hey, Jeannie, Lynn, my friends, Styling, everyone. What you guys doing? Adelson?
Yeah, we're on Adelson. We were doing a short attention span theater, but then I guess I'm good with just one for now.
That's the Danny Thomas special.
Exactly.
At the nightclub.
But I wanted to watch this Turtleboy hearing, the one that the bail revocation hearing from March, because I remember how scared he was when
Oh, yes.
that was him and Claire, wasn't it?
Particular.
Yeah, Claire got in trouble.
That was a while. Oh, was that when he and Glare, like T-Rex arms? Was that the one?
Window intimidation?
Window intimidation. Thank you, Mary.
I
Yes,
watched that, but it's 45 minutes.
I remember that. He was terrible.
Yeah,
Like
he
you
was
could
scared.
feel it. Yeah.
It's one of his videos too, but I'd have to stop this testimony. I don't know. Mary B, you pick Donna Adelson continue or watch Turtleboy hearing from March.
So I'm torn because tomorrow Wendy's going to be up.
Yeah.
So I feel like we need to get through this so that we can go to Wendy tomorrow.
Right.
Good.
For a complete picture,
Yeah.
brother.
I
Here
mean,
we
I
go.
don't think we have to watch all of this guy. I don't really remember him, but you got to get Lewis too. I mean, I think he's like
Part 7 too.
I agree, Mary
So
B.
we can skip this guy at any point. But we're not going to make it through all this before Glare comes on. That's 45 minutes.
I'm sorry, could you remind me of who this is again,
This
please?
is the detective,
Okay, yes.
and he's got a long testimony. And then the other guy,
he's got a half an hour or something, right?
Hitman was how long?
I think he's a half an hour.
You want to watch him?
Yeah, let's go to him.
Let's go to him. Oops, we skipped something.
We can always go back to the detective if we
Tom
want.
Petty, you see Glare.
Tom Petty.
They did a whole
He was naming every song.
routine. It was hilarious. Good
Nice.
stuff.
All right, well, let's see what this dude's about, which I already know. He's a very polite hitman. Bye, Dina. Thanks for hanging out. We're here for you.
I
You,
would like
Dina.
some clarification on the hearing that is going to be conducted outside the presence of the jury regarding state.
Hey,
60.
Dina. See you,
My takeaway
Dina.
from our sidebar was that I was going to authenticate every single page. The defense has now advised me they only have limited objections to state 60, so I would ask for some clarification on what we're doing there.
Certain 60, that's going to be heard.
I think we can resolve that with the court's ruling already, Connor.
I believe the captain has brought it up because there might have been a discussion about that.
Ms. Wolford thought that she was referring to something.
I thought you were referring to the email.
Oh, no, I'm referring to the divorce.
State Exhibit 64 has been admitted, with the only exception being AA for right now.
That was my bad. I thought that's what she was referring to.
Okay.
Just don't get me started.
Has begun with the
5
detective
videos.
investigating witnesses that you intend to link up the parts of the foundation with.
Actually,
you have certain to do so.
Is there an objection to it right now being admitted?
I believe the objection was foundation as to showing emails or communications that link up exactly with what the pleadings are.
Yes, sir. And will that be in reference to each pleading or just select pleadings?
Gentlemen, Ms. Fulford.
My understanding from the court's ruling is that the state could lay the foundation as they move through their case. And with that ruling, I mean, obviously we'd like them to establish foundation, but I'm not objecting to what has been presented.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You may examine.
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
Luis Rivera, Luisrivera.
Mr. Rivera, where are you from?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
Okay, but were you living in Miami back in 2014?
Yes, ma'am.
How long did you live in Miami?
My whole life.
You were born in Puerto Rico, though?
Yeah.
Okay, but moved to Miami at what age?
2 years old.
Have you been convicted of a felony?
Yes, ma'am.
Including the murder that we're here about today?
Yes, ma'am.
It's 5 felonies, sound correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You're currently incarcerated?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that for this case or this case and another case?
They're both.
Both. So it's a federal sentence and this sentence.
State case.
What did you plead to in this case?
This case, guilty.
Guilty to what?
To second degree murder.
If you can speak up, Mr. Rivera, that'd be so-
Guilty to second degree murder.
Thank you. What was your sentence on the second degree murder?
19 years.
Okay, and that was concurrent with your federal sentence, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what did you have to do in exchange for getting a 19-year sentence?
Cooperate.
What does cooperation mean to you?
Well, telling.
Telling on who?
I'm a co-defendant, Garcia, Katie.
All right. Did anybody ever tell you what to say?
No, ma'am.
Has anybody ever told you anything other than to tell the truth?
No, excuse me.
Has anybody told you to say anything other than the truth?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than the sentence that you got in exchange for cooperation?
No, ma'am.
Did anybody ever tell you, oh, you have to testify about a specific person to get a deal?
No, ma'am. Not at all.
Have you been offered anything on your federal sentence from doing this cooperation on this case?
No.
As part of your negotiation or your lawyer's negotiation of this case, did you give up what's called a proffer, a recorded proffer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And even back then when you gave the proffer, did anybody tell you what you needed to say there?
No, ma'am.
Were you hired to participate in the murder of Dan Markel?
Yes, ma'am.
Who hired you to be involved in the murder?
I got it from my friend, Tudo Garcia.
Is that Sigfredo Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you know him?
Childhood friends.
So to cooperate and get this deal, you had to turn on one of your best friends.
Yes, ma'am.
Who enlisted Sigfredo Garcia to be a part of this murder?
Katie.
Who's Katie?
His wife.
Is that Catherine Magbanua?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who enlisted her to be involved in this murder?
Not really.
Was it a murder for hire?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know that somebody was paying Katie?
Yes, ma'am.
And Katie was the one that brought the money to you all, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the purpose of this murder as you understood it?
That they wanted the kids.
Who wanted the kids?
Wendy.
Okay. And did you understand that you were killing the father of the kids so that Wendy could have the kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you previously referred to a dentist being involved?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was the dentist?
Charlie.
And how was he related?
Katie's boyfriend, IP, whatever you want to call him.
All right, so Katie was the wife of Garcia, but also the girlfriend of the dentist?
Yeah.
Did you have any contact with the dentist ever?
No.
Did you have any contact with any member of the Adelson family?
No, ma'am.
Everything went through Katie, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What did the dentist, if you know, have to do with the lady in Tallahassee whose kids, who needed her kids?
I don't know nothing about him. I don't know nothing about that family.
Who was in charge of getting the money after the job was done?
Katie.
How much were you to be paid for your part in this crime?
35.
$35,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know the total amount that the job paid?
No, not really.
Did you know how much Garcia got?
40, I believe.
$40,000?
Yeah.
And did you know how much Katie got?
No, I don't know. I can't remember. But I think it was like 40. I think total would be like 100, something like that.
Okay. Somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Was it a one-time payment or was it a payment that occurred over time? It's what you got.
No, it's a one-time payment.
What did you know about the man that you came to Tallahassee to kill?
I don't know nothing about it.
How did you know who to kill?
Constituto Garcia.
How did he know?
Katie.
Did he have some information about the man you were here to kill?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell him what that was.
I was a piece of paper with a picture on of his face and the address.
Picture of Dan Markel's face?
Yes, ma'am.
And the address of what? Where he lived?
Of his house, yes.
Did you and Rivera refer to each other? I'm sorry, you and Garcia refer to each other as brothers?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that you and Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been to Tallahassee before you came for this case, related to this case?
Never in my life.
How many times did you come to Tallahassee related to this case?
This case twice.
So were you with Secretary Garcia both times?
Yeah.
Was that one time in June and one time in July?
I believe so.
And July was the second time was when the murder happened, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it just the two of you on both of these trips?
Yes, ma'am.
44? Introduce States 44, Your Honor. Publishing States 44. Who's this right here?
Garcia.
And this?
Katie.
Who's that?
My baby mama.
Your child's mother?
Yes, ma'am.
What's her name?
Jessica.
Okay, and that's you there?
Yes.
Was this picture taken before or after the murder?
I can't remember.
At the time of the murder, was Katie with the dentist? Was Katie with Garcia? Was she with both?
Both.
Were you at the time of this murder living with Jessica Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
There's an address on the rental car contract, 1515 Northeast 135th Street, number 14. Do you recognize that address?
That's my apartment, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the first trip that occurred in June. How did you get here for that trip?
Well, we rented a car.
Who rented the car for the June trip?
The first one.
Yeah, if you remember.
I can't really remember. It's so long.
But one of you, either you or Sigfredo?
Yeah, I think it was Fredo. I rented the Prius, so I never rented on the truck.
Okay, so Garcia rented the car for the June trip, but it was a rental car that y'all brought up here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and did you take the same route on both trips to get to Tallahassee?
I don't remember.
Okay, and did he have the paper with the picture of Dan Markel on both trips?
Yes.
And what did you do on the first trip?
We drove by here and we just followed him around to see where he lived and shit. But
Okay, were you planning to kill him on the first trip?
I don't remember.
Okay, did you have a gun on the first trip?
Yeah.
Did you have a gun that you procured specifically to kill Dan Markel with?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that a gun that you bought off the street?
Yes, ma'am.
You bought it?
I bought it.
Okay. And were there any other guns in the vehicle for that first trip, if you know?
I think we had two.
All right. And what was the other gun?
It's a 38.
Whose gun was that?
Garcia.
Yes, it's happening.
Fourth and section, seated. The data of Aden County.
This is the March. When him and the Glare got in trouble and he had to go be arraigned. And what's up, sweet woman?
What's going on? Hey, what's up?
Not much.
Any good concerts lately?
No, I just got home from the fair again. That's a 2-week fair, so
Nice.
I bet that's fun. I can smell it.
Get some jam. I don't know. That's what I think about fairs.
yeah, I got some fried dough.
Nice.
Fried goat.
Oh, damn.
Dough.
What is this?
That doesn't sound like it would taste very good.
Is this a medieval fair where they LARP and shit like that?
Were they what?
Where they LARP?
I don't know
No,
what larking is.
That's a different fair. That's the King Richard's Fair. That's in
That's where
Carver.
they have fried goat, though.
Fried
Fried
goat.
goat's-
That's Middle Eastern, brother.
That's-
Hey,
A whole different.
South American too.
Is
It's
it?
Middle
Where?
Ages. If you see a goat,
Jamaican
it's gonna be a
also.
fried goat.
What?
Remember.
Asian?
Yeah, we just
Jamaican.
started short
Oh,
attention span
Jamaican.
theater. Sweet
Okay.
one.
All right.
Sorry,
see,
what?
We're always learning here.
We just started short attention span theater.
Oh, okay.
I put up a poll, so now we're gonna do like Turtleboy hearing, maybe a little attorneys react, and then some Adelson, and then back and forth.
Okay.
This is the glare incident. Mom down.
The glare incident. The glare had like a week to do with this.
There was carried before the court on docket 25 CR 225 being charged with one count of witness intimidation of a witness or a police court official on March 5th, 2025 in the town of Canton.
And then they both got
Defendant
yelled
filed a
at.
motion to dismiss. Finals filed a motion to revoke the
That was
defendant's bail.
I wouldn't want it though.
Just give me 1 minute
That's
to look
the
at
Stoughton court.
the email. And just to be clear for the record, there was a video that both counsel submitted. I've marked it as Exhibit 1. It's in the court's file. I've used that prior to coming up.
Thank you, Your Honor. No objection.
Thank you.
Timothy Bradle on behalf of Mr. Carney. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Attorney Bradle.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm Robert Cosgrove, Special Assistant District Attorney for the Commonwealth.
Good afternoon.
That's relative to the bail revocation issue, Your Honor.
Okay. So you want to hear the motion to dismiss prior?
In light of the Commonwealth's position, I would certainly ask for that, Your Honor.
All right, I'll hear you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Your Honor, the Stoughton Court, I just want to start with this court. The Stoughton Court has an interesting relationship with the witness intimidation statute and me and Mr. Carney and some other clients I've had. There's been about 5 or 6 cases that have come through here where this exact type of conduct at issue in this case has been not acted upon by the courts. Judge Walsh in this court, in a case called Commonwealth versus Richard Schiffer, same kind of thing. The Canton police did a 37-page investigation of Mr. Schiffer leaving rubber ducks around Canton with political messages on them relative to another prosecution that you're probably aware of, the Karen Reed murder case. And the Judge Walsh dismissed it at arraignment for violating the First Amendment. Assistant Clerk James Flanagan in this court, I represented four women that were accused of similar things, sending out messages, commenting on the case directly to witnesses, leaving ducks around Canton. All 4 of them were not acted upon. There was another instance of what's called the Canton Nine, Your Honor. People that were demonstrating in the middle of Canton. There were 9 people were charged with witness intimidation and other related charges, all dismissed. So the Commonwealth just doesn't get it, Your Honor. They need a seminar on the First Amendment. And here we go again. We have Mr. Carney in this case, Your Honor, is exactly where he's absolutely entitled to be. There's no stay away orders in place. There's no restraining orders. There's nothing that prohibits Mr. Carney from going down that street. He went to C.F. McCarthy's for a meal, and he walked by the complainant Albert's pizza place in Canton. He looked inside, he saw a camera inside, and looked at it and looked in there and spoke to no one, to a glass window at 9:30, 10:30 at night, 2 occasions before and after. So he had every right to say what he did. The only involvement that the court needs to be concerned about would be if he uttered threats or fighting words. That's already been roundly established. It's in my 14-page memorandum, Your Honor. I'm not going to belabor it. I know you've read it. I appreciate you having that. And the cases are all there, absolutely spot on point, Your Honor. All these issues have been covered. There's no threats here. There's no fighting words. There's nothing that is criminally actionable that happened whatsoever. Because the Commonwealth doesn't like it, they want to use it as probably their 10th or 11th, what I hope will be their failed excuse to try to go after Mr. Carney. Not because he's a danger to anyone, not because he's doing anything criminal, but to silence his speech. That's what this is about. And that's why I've been so happy to always be coming to the Stoughton Court on these cases, because the Stoughton Court gets it. The Stoughton Court looks at these cases and says, this is not a crime. The Stoughton Court has, with an unblemished record, Your Honor, upheld the First Amendment. And I hope that in this case, which is just as weak, if not weaker, than all the other things they're trying to say are felonious activity, I hope the court will address it appropriately. And I know the court will. So in terms of...
All right, here we go. This is just for the self-defense portion of the show.
It is called a pirouette. I can spin without losing my balance and getting in perfect position to get rid of this wheelchair wacko, take him right out of circulation with a step-through side kick like so.
Where did that come from? Is there any explanation for that? Or nothing?
No.
Mystery science theater.
14, did you
EDH theater.
go to Markel's residence?
Yeah.
And did you lay eyes on him that first trip?
I believe I passed by his house and scoped him out.
You said you followed him. Do you remember where you followed him on the first trip?
Yeah, I followed him to the daycare.
How long were you here that first trip?
Maybe I don't remember.
A couple days sound right?
Just a couple of days.
Why wasn't Dan Markel killed on that first trip, if you know?
If I remember, I wasn't gonna do nothing for no kids.
He had the kids with him?
Yeah, yes, he did.
But for whatever reason, it didn't happen on that trip.
We lost him. I believe we lost him.
Okay. And when you didn't get it done on that trip, was anyone angry at you?
At me?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right. Did you hear at some point that y'all were going to have to come back if you wanted to get the money and finish the job?
Yeah.
All right. So you did come back in July. Is that right?
We came back.
And that's when you came in the Prius.
Yes, ma'am.
And you rented the Prius, right?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay. And that phone number that you wrote on the Prius rental agreement and wrote brother, that was Garcia's phone number?
Yeah, I think.
You took phones with you to Tallahassee for both trips, right?
Yeah.
Did you turn your phone off for the actual murder?
Yeah, I did.
What about Garcia? Do you know if he turned his phone off?
When the murder happened?
Yes, sir.
Shit. I don't remember.
Tallahassee for a couple months when you came here the second time?
We stayed here for a night or two, I think.
Did you have a hotel room?
Yes.
Do you know how many guns were with you on that second trip?
I just one.
You only remember one gun on that trip?
Yeah, I remember one.
And that's the murder weapon?
Yes, ma'am.
The one you bought on the street?
Yes, ma'am.
What type of gun was that?
A 38.
That's a revolver?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember an incident where there was a shot fired into the floorboard of the Prius?
Yes.
Could you tell the jurors about that?
We was driving. Garcia put the gun out and shot the gas line in the car.
Through the floorboard of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Passenger side or driver's side?
Passenger side.
Okay, and that was the murder weapon that fired that shot?
Shit. I don't remember.
Okay, but he was messing around with some gun and fired it into the car?
Yeah.
And were y'all driving in the car when that happened?
Yes, ma'am.
And did it disable the car?
The car started stopping. Little by little, just started slowing down.
Okay, that's the Prius, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How did y'all get the car going again?
We seen somebody that he knew and stopped him and took him to the auto place to get a piece of hose to put it back together.
And the guy that you saw that he knew, are you talking about a local drug dealer here that y'all met on the first trip?
Yes, ma'am.
And that person assisted you in getting some way to fix the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was good with cars, you or Garcia? Or both?
Garcia.
All right, so he was able to make a repair to the gas line?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you follow Dan Markel again during this second trip?
Yeah.
Did you follow him to the daycare?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you actually see him drop his children off at school that morning?
Absolutely, yes.
Did you follow him to the gym where he went inside and worked out?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there a reason the murder had to be done on the day that it was done?
I believe so. I believe he was about to leave.
Who was about to leave?
Markel.
About to leave town?
Yeah.
How did you get that information?
I got it from Tudo.
Where did he get the information?
From Katie.
How did she know?
Wendy.
You think Wendy talked to Katie and told her Dan Markel's travel plans?
Yeah.
Were you present for that
No.
phone call? Okay. But somehow you learned that Dan Markel was leaving town the day after he was killed.
Yes, ma'am.
So it had to be done that day or he'd be gone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that came through Garcia to you from Katie.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you say Wendy, did you know who Wendy was at the time that all this happened?
No, ma'am.
Okay, but you did know there was a lady that you were helping get some kids back.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you the driver of the green Prius?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had a chance to see the gym video and the bus video?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you driving the Prius in those videos?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened when you got to the driveway of Dan Markel?
I pulled up right behind him, and Garcia jumped out and shot him.
How many times did Garcia shoot Mr.
Twice.
Markel? Did he shoot him? Where was the victim when he was shot?
He was inside his parking garage and was sitting down the driver's side on the phone.
And did Garcia shoot?
That's cold, man. Super cold.
Whether the court ought to, whether the Commonwealth rather ought to be permitted to bring this forward, there's absolutely no basis. Everything that Mr. Carney said is not actionable. There's no threat. There's no fighting words. The only reason, Your Honor, that this has been given life, Your Honor, is because of the complainant's illegal wiretapping. He had a camera inside the store that apparently picked up sound, and also, Your Honor, there was a camera in the top right outside on the street that picked up the sound of every person walking by. So there's no warning signs. There's no notice that someone is being intercepted under 272 Section 99, the wiretap statute. He's been committing a felony every time someone's voice gets picked up on the street, and there's no warnings about it whatsoever. So Mr. Carney doesn't have to, when he's clowning around outside the store where he's absolutely allowed to be. And incidentally, Judge, the last time we were all together in Superior Court, Mr. Carney agreed under Section 87 to a stay-away order on this situation. So that speaks well of his understanding that he's not going to risk any other problems or issues. So that's an aside, if I may, Your Honor, that this has been agreed to when the government brought the bail request that they told me they were going to be renewing here. We agreed to it. So I want the court to be aware of that as well. But in terms of this speech, Your Honor, the only reason that the complainant heard this speech is because he was illegally wiretapping Mr. Carney. This never would have come to life. He never intended it to come to life. He didn't know it was going to come to life. And the next thing you know, he's being wiretapped by the complainant, who now wants to use his illegal behavior to try to get Mr. Carney locked up. The whole thing is a complete absurdity, Your Honor. Mr. Carney is talking for the benefit of his friends to a window on a almost empty street at 10:30 at night. There's no danger whatsoever. There's no basis to plug that conduct into the many elements of witness intimidation to try to concoct through some bizarre alchemy, some felonious charge that would somehow get past the First Amendment for all the reasons that I stated in my motion, Your Honor. So that's what I have for the court.
Fucking ridiculous.
Shoot him through the window, if you know.
Through the window.
How long would you say you were in the driveway?
Just seconds.
How was it decided which one of you would be the shooter?
Because I wouldn't do it.
You didn't want to be the shooter?
No.
On the bus video, we see somebody in a white shirt kind of jumping around in the passenger seat. Is that Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember what was happening when he was doing all that jumping around?
He was trying to hide a gun. If I'm not mistaken, he was trying to hide it.
What did happen to the gun?
Got thrown away.
Thrown away where?
In the ocean somewhere.
All right, who threw it in the ocean somewhere?
He did.
All right, was that on the way back to Miami?
Yes, ma'am.
At some overpass somewhere between here and Miami?
Absolutely.
Where did you go after the murder? Go home?
I got to stop somewhere to eat. Then we went home.
Did you stop at an ATM?
I don't remember.
I'm going to show you states exhibits 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, and 43.
41% of people said no.
People have spoken, brother.
Here are inaccurate photos of you pulling through an ATM.
Yes, ma'am.
And the date, July 18th, 2014.
Yes, ma'am.
Pembroke Pines, is that on the way home from Tallahassee?
Yeah.
That's you at the ATM. Are you the driver?
Yes, ma'am.
And who's that in passenger seat?
Garcia.
Publish introduce.
State 38 through 43 are admitted. You may.
Is that the vehicle you were driving the day the murder was done, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Publishing 39. Is that you at the ATM machine?
Yes, ma'am.
States exhibit 40. Is this Mr. Garcia? Is he your passenger?
Yes, ma'am.
States exhibit 41. He's the passenger that was jumping around when we saw the car in Tallahassee in the bus video?
Absolutely.
Do you remember when you turned your phone back on after the murder?
Not really.
Do you remember who was the first phone call that either of you made after the murder?
Garcia.
Who did Garcia call? And were you able to hear Katie on the other end of the line when he was talking to her?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you interested in that phone call?
Yes, ma'am.
Because she was going to be the one to get you the money, right?
Absolutely.
And was that phone call in reference to letting her know it's done and she's going to get the money?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you get the money?
Saturday morning.
Is that the next day?
The next day.
Do you remember that on that Saturday morning you got a call from Catherine Magbanua?
Yes.
She was looking for you to give you the money, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that unusual for her to call you?
Not really. She never calls my phone.
She never called your phone, but she couldn't get a hold of Garcia,
She
right?
couldn't get a hold of him, so she got in contact with me.
Ooh, Agent Orange.
And at that time, wasn't Garcia living with another woman?
Yes.
And that was the woman that goes by the nickname Shrimp?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that's where you ended up rousting him out of, right?
Absolutely.
To go get your money.
Always revenge.
Okay, so he wasn't living with Katie as a family at that time.
Nope.
Love potion.
He was with both of them.
That's not something you smoke. Messed up the whole show.
Willing to try it. Willing to try it.
Messed
Messed
up
up
the whole
the
show.
vibe. Who's
But
love?
this
What
is
is
Pablo's revenge right here. That's what this is.
love potion? Is what you're smoking, brother?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm smoking.
That's what you're smoking.
Yes.
Must be a vape.
Explode into the screen so everybody gets the love potion. I'm kidding.
And Mary B's on that vape.
There you go.
No,
All right.
this is a joint. It's
Everybody.
glass.
What? It's a. She's got the
Behold the
inside.
love. Behold the love
She's got the
potion.
inside scoop on the weed though. She's like cheating,
Casting spells.
but I still got the Pablo's revenge, so I'm good.
Do you mean just that Katie was
Alright.
always kind of off and on with Garcia?
It's kind of fitting for watching this witness right here.
Yes, ma'am.
So she has other boyfriends. Sometimes he has other girlfriends, but they always find each other again.
Cold
Absolutely.
All right, tell us what happened when you got your money. How'd you get it? Where'd you get it?
Oh, I was in a barbershop, and they pulled up to my house, Katie and Garcia, and they called my phone. They I think my baby mama called me. Well, they came to my house.
Okay, Katie and Garcia brought the money.
Yeah, I was in a barbershop, and Katie and Garcia They went to my house about the money.
All right. And do you know where Katie got the money from? Were you there when Katie got the money?
No.
But you knew that she was supposed to go get it.
Absolutely.
And she did.
Yes, ma'am.
How much did you get?
35.
Was there anything unusual about how your payment was packaged?
Yeah, it was weird. It was all stapled.
Was it cash money?
Cash.
Okay,
All
stapled how? All hundreds.
All hundreds of $1,000 stapled.
Stapled into bundles of $1,000 each.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever seen stapled money before?
No.
Did you and Garcia buy anything with your cut of the money?
I bought a motorcycle.
Moving to evidence 46 and 47, Your Honor.
No objection.
Okay.
There, but
Publishing State's Exhibit 46. This yellow motorcycle, whose is that?
Garcia.
Is that something he bought with the money that was the proceeds of this murder?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what about this vehicle back here?
Yeah, he bought that one too.
He also bought that with his cut of the money?
Yeah.
And State's Exhibit 47, what about this motorcycle right here?
That's mine.
Is that what you bought, or part of what you bought with your money?
Yes, ma'am.
How long after the murder did you guys make those purchases? Days, weeks, minutes?
Probably like a month.
Did you make any changes to your cell phone after the murder? Did you dump your cell phone?
I don't remember.
Did you meet with Investigator Newland from my office to see if you could recognize some voices on some recorded telephone calls?
Yes, ma'am.
And did Mr. Newland play some calls for you and have you initial on a sheet if you could identify the voice
Absolutely.
on the sheet on that call?
Yes, ma'am.
State's Exhibit 136. I'm going to show you what I have marked as State's Exhibit 136. You recognize this exhibit?
Yes, ma'am.
And are these your initials here?
Yes, ma'am.
And does that mean you're verifying that the highlighted name, you know that person and that is their voice?
Absolutely.
On the particular call that represents?
Yes.
Okay, so this time it has to move in evidence 136.
State's 136 was it?
Did you know where the dentist lived?
Nope.
Did you know that the dentist had a safe full of money?
Nope.
Did you know that the dentist was going to be paying for at least part of this murder?
No.
And if you had known that the dentist had a safe full of money, would you have driven all the way to Tallahassee to do the murder?
Court, I appreciate you reading my motion, and I'm asking for about the 10th or 11th time that the court dismiss these charges. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Albert, as is his son, is a witness in the Karen Reed case. Mr. Kearney has been in the process of conducting a campaign against virtually every Commonwealth witness in the Karen Reed case, using his various media outlets. What I would like to do is briefly read the court some excerpts so I can put them on record from the police report of Lieutenant Tully. Some of it characterizes the video that Your Honor has already viewed, but it's also illuminative of the reaction of the Alberts upon viewing that video. After I do that, Your Honor, I will proceed to address the contentions that have just been raised by Mr. Bradle. Lieutenant Tully indicates that on March 5th, he spoke with Chris Albert, and he mentions that the Reed defense attorneys have alleged a massive conspiracy to frame Reed and have stated in written pleadings in an open court that Colin Albert, who is Chris Albert's son, is responsible for the death of John O'Keefe and that Chris Albert has aided in the conspiracy. Beginning in April of 2023, Kearney began posting articles to his website and social media accounts where he adopts the defense allegations as true and makes personal attacks on civilian witnesses, members of their family, and their friends. He authors and publishes a blog on the website Turtleboy Daily News. The website has a series of articles entitled Canton Cover-Up. He goes on to describe arresting Mr. Kearney on charges he was later indicted with. Those indictments are still pending in Norfolk Superior Court. Chris and Colin Albert are named victims in those open cases. Chris Albert forwarded to Lieutenant Tully 2 videos from March 4th of 2025. Subsequent to that, Your Honor, the district attorney's office merged those 2 videos. So the video that you saw shows the 2 of them playing simultaneously. They're 2 different cameras showing the same events. The sound has also been enhanced, but otherwise the videos are in no way changed. As described by Lieutenant Tully, the video depicts Kearney walking down the sidewalk from the direction of C.F. McCarthy's, which is a bar/restaurant located next to D&E Pizza at 614 Washington Street in Canton. Group is seen leaving McCarthy's that joins Kearney. Kearney stops in front of D&E and places his face next to the glass window. Interior camera catches him standing close to the glass, staring at the camera for approximately 25 seconds. Male with the group that exited joins Kearney. Kearney then begins speaking into the interior camera for over 1 minute. Audio is captured by an exterior camera. The sound of the occasional passing motor vehicle obscures the audio, the Lieutenant Tully stated that he could discern the following statements made by Mr. Kearney. Hi, Chris. What have you done? Murdered, then goes inaudible. Misses you. Wishes he was alive today. He would be. Why did you do that, Chris? Chris, why did you tell the jury that you got home? Why did you say you went upstairs and then waited 15 minutes? Then Colin came home. Colin didn't make it home until at least 12:45. Chris, it was Colin, Chris. I just want to know. I just want to know why Colin took so long to get to your house. Why, Chris? Please tell me why. Colin did it. You can tell me. You can tell me, Chris. I know you didn't do it. I don't want to scare you. Tell Jill to keep their hands to herself, too. The statements made by Kearney and his conduct of standing outside the Pizza is similar to the conduct that was the basis for his prior indictments. Kearney directed his statements into a camera that he knew would at least be seen by Chris Albert, a named victim in the pending witness intimidation case and a witness in Commonwealth versus Ree. When Chris saw the video shortly after the incident, he became upset. He stated he is upset for his son Colin and the possibility that Kearney would continue to come to the restaurant and confront him or his son, to which I would add, as he has done in the past. Subsequent to that, and as Mr. Bradle indicated, I brought this conduct to the attention of the Superior Court at a hearing on Mr. Bradle's motion to dismiss about 2 weeks ago. Lieutenant Tully received another video. And I want to add, with respect to the first one, that what brought this to Chris Albert's attention was that on March 4th, he received a phone call.
My wife's making fun of me. Yes, I did take the home ec because it was just me and a bunch of girls in there. Duh.
Oh, that's cute.
I can spin without losing my balance and getting in perfect position to get rid of this wheelchair wacko, take him right out of circulation with a step-through sidekick like so.
It's an interesting gi. Sleeveless gi.
What would have been a better idea? What would you have preferred to do to get the money?
I wouldn't rub them myself.
Did you suggest to Garcia on the way out to Tallahassee that y'all could just go to whoever had the money and rob them instead of doing this murder?
I mentioned something like that, yes.
But that Garcia said that wouldn't work, right?
No.
Nothing further.
Cross-examination.
Good afternoon, Mr. Garcia.
Excuse me?
I said, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just want to make sure I understood your testimony. It was your testimony that the first trip you came up on, you scoped out Mr. Markell's house, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that he was going to be taking his kids to school. So when he came out with the kids, you're trying to follow him to the school, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you got lost. He lost you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the second time that you came up, you knew he was going to be taking the children to school. And so you followed him to the school, correct?
At daycare, yes.
Yes. And then you knew he was going to be going to the gym, right?
That's
I knew
wrong.
he was going to the gym, but just follow him.
You followed him to the gym.
I thought at first he was rude to her, you know, but she's like, called him the wrong fucking name.
Oh, that's right. He called it Garcia. She called him Garcia and he's Rivera. Is that
Garcia?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, excuse
You're
me,
like, what?
Thanks, though, right?
don't want.
Good afternoon, Mr. Garcia. I said, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just want to make sure I understood your
It's
testimony.
just not my name.
Your testimony that the first trip you came up on,
That's what I should have
you
said.
scoped out Mr. Markell's house, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that he was going to be taking his kids to school.
But he's
So when
a
he came
very
out with the
bright
kids, you're trying to follow him to the school, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you
Great
got lost.
day.
He lost you.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't come around
The
here no
second
more.
time that you came up, you knew he was going to be taking the children to school. And so you followed him to the school,
At
correct?
daycare, yes.
Yes. And then you knew he was going to be going to the gym, right?
I didn't know he was going to the gym, but just follow him.
Followed him to the gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
And
why-
then you followed him to his house.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's where he was killed.
Yes, ma'am.
And the woman who wanted him to be killed, past you and Sigfredo and Katie, the woman who wanted him to be killed was Wendy Adelson, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It was she wanting her children, correct?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Mr. Garcia, I'm going to show
I mean, is that not the Puerto Rican Joe Pesci? He's got the 2 gold teeth and everything from Home Alone 2.
She called him Garcia again.
Yeah.
Why
To
doesn't he
keep
just
you-
say bitch? That's not
No,
my
he does. He does right here. He's like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
his wife
Oh,
now.
I forget.
Just
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
it's been polite with it so far.
Yeah, Glare.
Considering it's sesame neck
yesterday.
tattoos. But he definitely, it's Puerto Rican Joe
Mr.
Pesci.
Rivera.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Mr. Rivera, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Defendant's Exhibit 50. Could you take a look at that and tell me if you recognize that?
Yep.
And what is that?
It's like a profile of everybody's face.
Okay. And did you make some marks on this for me and then sign it on March the 11th of 2025?
Yes, I did.
Hold on to that for a second. Mr. Rivera, when we met with you that day taking your deposition, I presented that to you. You gave us information about what had happened, pretty similar to what you talked about here today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And when we were done talking about those things and some information about Sigfredo and Katie, I presented you with what's in front of you as Defendant's Exhibit 50, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And I asked if you would put the number 1 and circle it next to the person you know as Katie, who you said was in charge of this whole deal, correct?
Yep.
And did you do that?
Yep.
All right. And then I said, would you put a number 2 next to the person you say did this killing?
Yes.
And you did that, correct?
Yes, I did.
And that was Sigfredo Garcia.
Yes, ma'am.
The first one was Katie McVanois, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then I said, would you put a number 3 next to yourself on the paper?
Better when you say
did that.
last dance.
And you're the one who got the gun that was used to kill Danny Markel, and you drove the car that day. You didn't shoot him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then I said, if you would, please put the number 4 next to the man who was killed, and you did that with Danny Markel, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then I said, if you would, put the number 5 next to the lady that wanted the man killed. And did you do that?
Yes, I did.
And was that with Wendy Adelson?
Yes, I did.
And then I asked you if the 2 people on the top of the
Hey,
page,
Tombstone.
the pictures there, the names Donna Adelson and Harvey Adelson, you see those on the top?
Yes, ma'am.
I asked you, as far as you know, were they involved in any of this? And you said no, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So I asked you to put X's next to the people
think
on
it's
that page who were
funny,
not involved in this.
Yes, ma'am.
And you did that.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Just one moment, Your Honor. I don't have anything further.
Redirect examination.
No, Your Honor.
Is Mr. Rivera released or will he be recalled?
Please remain under rule, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Rivera, please do not discuss your testimony with anyone else available to take it at this time.
What up, Steve?
Parties can approach.
AKA. AKA. All right, cool. We finished that. We'll go back to this for about 5 minutes. Hold on. Gotta do that.
Next door, he's very unnerved and anxious about Kearney being next door while Colin was working. Chris, who was attending a Canton Select Board meeting, traveled to D&E following the meeting, and they closed the pizza restaurant at 9:30 and went home. He then received an alert on his cell phone from the camera system at D&E Pizza, accessed the video recordings, which Your Honor has viewed. Chris was very upset about Kearney's statements into the video camera, especially given previous incidents where Kearney picketed outside the restaurant during business hours. He's also very concerned Kearney will continue to be outside the restaurant and will confront him, members of his family, or patrons in a similar manner Kearney has done in the past. And I think the second video that Your Honor saw was the later discovered video indicating that Mr. Kearney had been present earlier in the evening. Now, with respect to the motion to dismiss, if I can turn to that in this point. I don't have a quarrel generally with the proposition that the First Amendment protects a wide range of free speech, and that the usual remedy for a victim of defamation is on the civil side of things and not on the criminal side. But what the defendant ignores, and I believe Mr. Bradle ignores, is the courts from the U.S. Supreme Court on down have said that where the Commonwealth or the state has a compelling interest, it can craft an appropriate limited criminal sanction regulating speech in a reasonable fashion as to time, place, and manner. Now, there are a number of examples of that in our law, Your Honor. I'm sure Your Honor has probably had occasion to issue 209A orders. A typical feature of those orders is that the 209A recipient is to have no contact, direct or indirect, with the victim.
Cameraman doing?
And the cases have uniformly supported that when that contact is made, whether it's a phone call,
enough to get
you
out
might
of
otherwise say is freedom of speech, even if
Needs
it's
to clean
not-
his ears.
even if the defendant sends the recipient of the 209A order, the protected person in the 209A order, a bouquet of flowers, that is a violation that may be criminally punished. We also know that laws protecting courthouses and prohibiting disruptions outside of courthouses are also constitutional and legal. We also know that judges routinely impose conditions of probation requiring no contact, stay away, not travel in a certain area. Those orders, too, Your Honor, arguably impinge on rights of free association and speech, yet all of those are constitutional and have been upheld. With respect to the victim witness intimidation statute, which is at issue here, the legislature has imposed a very limited restriction on speech. And the limitation comes in the form of two elements. One is that the protected class is not the public generally. They are left to their civil remedy. But the protected class are witnesses in a criminal case. The second reasonable limitation, the second restriction, Your Honor, is that to prove witness intimidation, the Commonwealth must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the specific intent of the defendant's conduct was to intimidate the witness. Now, it seems to me, Your Honor, that one of two things has to be true. Either 209A orders, probation conditions, and laws against disrupting court proceedings are unconstitutional under the First Amendment, possibly other amendments as well, as is the witness intimidation statute. Or that the witness intimidation statute constitutes a reasonable limitation by the legislature in service of a compelling state interest, which is the integrity of the criminal justice system. Mr. Kearney has effectively conducted a campaign against virtually every Commonwealth witness in this case. It has been unrelenting. I don't know if I am to go back to those witnesses, those victims, and say, well, you have a civil remedy, go over to civil court, file a lawsuit, hire an attorney if you can find one, retain him for $1,000 or $20,000 or $50,000, or maybe you can get a contingency fee. And then after depositions and motions and interrogatories and so forth, 3 or 4 years from now, you might recover a nice civil judgment. But in the meantime, every day you are going to be hammered and intimidated, and there is nothing the criminal justice system can do about it.
Bam. Sweet woman,
Yeah.
we really need to make 18 more minutes.
Okay, let's do it.
I mean, we need
Yeah,
to
the
hit 3
opening is
hours.
usually
It's
pretty
so
long.
close to 3 hours. Blair's got 27-minute intro.
Right.
Okay.
Welcome back, Angel Baby.
I don't want people to think I don't want to go and hang out with the glare, even though he told Mary B he don't know what chat rat is and doesn't sound like something he should call his.
Do you believe him?
Chat.
I don't know, because he said that I shouldn't call his chat rats. And
So
like,
that would mean that Cherry's never mentioned it to him.
Stop it.
She's posted it. She's posted the link and everything.
Stop. This has got to stop.
He just doesn't pay attention, clearly.
No, it really
That was
don't.
a really good Morrissey, dude.
Oh,
Do it
really?
again.
Thank you, Mary V.
Do that again.
Yeah, that's my repertoire.
Give us some more of that Morrissey.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on now. You're not on video. It doesn't matter.
This has got to stop. I'll just keep saying that.
That's hilarious.
Fading Carney, Turtleboy. Must be stopped.
It must stop.
I can't do it, Tracy. It's got to stop.
Yeah,
Hey,
Jason.
so
Go too early.
I've heard that somebody said something like, I mean, we could bullshit for 18 minutes. We could do that in our fucking sleep. I've heard that John Barron, somebody said something like, oh, it may be Morrissey. Like, does anybody have you heard
No.
that? No.
Morrissey doesn't go on X.
Written, or I don't know where I heard. That would be a hoot.
Say it again. You broke up at the end.
That would be a hoot if John Barron were Morrissey.
Or like, I don't know, I just can't see him on X, but maybe he's got like a grandchild or something. He's like,
Well, his kid. Remember Turtleboy called his house and talked to his kid?
No, I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. Let's find it and play it. Shit. I don't remember that.
What was it? Talk to who?
Turtleboy called and talked to Morrissey's kid.
I don't remember that. I don't remember, but we definitely watched it, I
His
guess.
kid an adult?
Yeah, yeah. Like I want to say college age or high school age.
Really?
Yeah.
How old
Yeah,
is
so maybe he's
Marcy? He
doing.
looks much
Maybe he's
older than
younger.
he should be having a high school kid.
Maybe he was older. I don't know.
There's all kinds. Whatever. Who knows?
Mary
It's not my
B.
business.
Mary B. Easy. She found episode 5 wasn't it? Trial Channel didn't know they made it yet, and Mary B's like, got it.
Right?
They made it.
I'm a tech genius.
Yeah.
There you go.
So find us the damn
I
thing.
need one.
I don't even know what it is.
Turtleboy calls Morrissey's kid.
All right. I'll
We're
look.
waiting. Hello.
I'm not going to find it right now.
Hey, we're
That's
preparing. Mary
Lala's
B.
job.
You still hadn't heard from this new job?
No, I'm hoping
Really?
tomorrow.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
Tomorrow they're back from their like little outing thing, so I think tomorrow's the day. And it's good that I haven't heard anything yet, because if they decided they didn't want me, they would have just told me.
Exactly. No news is good news.
Right.
Right.
Not. There are gonna be 200 phone calls they're not gonna like those phone calls.
I know. Seriously.
And be like, get them. Maybe 80 people would do it. It'd be fun.
So you guys want to know what I did on Friday night?
Hung out with Dean.
I was a tour guide again.
Oh, nice.
To whom?
He was on here when I started. He told us
Oh,
about-
okay.
But-
I hung out with me and Dean went to Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy. I wish I could have gone. My damn car. Ugh.
Get a
I'm
new
so
car.
happy. What did you guys do? Did you do the same route that we had done?
Oh no, he said he drove through Canton one day on his own. He said he drove by the waterfall. No, we just went to Boston. We went to the North End. We went to Faneuil Hall. We just walked around.
Oh, that's awesome.
Grabbed some dinner. Yeah.
I told him earlier, sweet woman, that I was pissed because everybody here's got to hang out with you, but me.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Getting a little
Super
ridiculous.
cool,
Quite
brother.
a treat.
Getting a little ridiculous. Didn't realize how many boots on the ground friends I had, and then everybody's taking turns hanging out with sweet woman. It's not fair.
She's awesome.
You can live vicariously through us all.
I
That's
have to
right.
the Petro bomb videos and shit.
Memories.
Listen, brother, I tried to get you on voice chat. I got you on for Erica and Dina. That was cool, but it
Oh, yeah.
broke up because the reception was horrible. We're lucky we were able to do that. Yeah.
They had them jammers on y'all down there, them AKR jammers, jamming y'all
Yes.
sick,
Sabotage.
so they can put out their little videos. You're not getting those videos out.
You know what we have to do? We're gonna have to do like a mass whole meal of food, and then either go live or do like voice chat with the rats.
Who, me?
Have it all on screen. Yeah, no, we could like.
No, don't call me.
What?
Don't call me.
Why not? Why wouldn't you? Why not? That would be so much fun. Why wouldn't you want to?
Y'all are partying, and then y'all are just gonna call me and be like, "Hey, we're having a great."
Oh, well, like keep you propped up, brother. We'll have a meal of food with you. That's what I mean.
It's like a virtual party.
Exactly.
Losers. I
Why
can
does
watch people eat on YouTube.
I always
47
like.
years old. I'm Gen X. I don't play pretend anymore.
Oh, open yourself up. Come on.
No.
It's a new millennium. We're deep into this millennium. We're a quarter way.
One day the earth will crack.
Way through.
Boston may end up right next to Jackson, Mississippi.
The century.
Oh yeah, that's right. Me and Jason Smith are from the same hometown.
You know what I mean.
Jason Smith's local too, so he could hang out with sweet women if he wanted to.
Yeah, if he wants to.
It's getting fucking ridiculous.
I don't know Jason Smith, but we can hang out.
Cool.
Yeah, we discovered we're from the same suburb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what is this? Does this sound like this could be? Oh no, this is on Facebook though. Turtleboy called. I just did a search. It's uncharacteristic of me. Turtleboy called D.A. Morrissey, Reach's wife, and Reach's. Wait, what is this?
Jason's topic in here.
No, I think it's on TikTok. Is anybody on TikTok? I'm not, and I never will be. Not ever.
Next stream, we're raffling off Jason Smith, Janine.
What's that?
I'm raffling off Jason Smith next episode.
Oh, okay. Well, are you raffling off a meal of food? We'll do a meal of food. I'll come
I don't
into
know if
Worcester.
he puts out or not, but we'll find out.
Not Worcester. Worcester.
Yeah.
Worcester. Damn, I wish I could make the so you hung out with Dean. Very cool. So that was Friday, and then you went to your fair. I wish I could come in and go to the fair. That would be so much fun.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I went to the fair with Henry and his mom. You know Henry from Boots on the Ground, the dog.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
We call her Cheryl.
Yes.
Brother Henry's mom.
Henry's mom.
So you went with Henry and not Henry's mom?
No, Henry and his mom.
And his mom. Oh, okay. I thought you just meant Henry. Oh, lucky you.
Yes, they live across the street from me. So
Get out. That's so cool. Nice. Aw.
yeah, so everybody's like, "Can I pet you?" So she pushes him around in like a stroller, and all the kids like want to pet him and stuff. And he's the friendliest little guy. It's so cute.
Well, that was good.
They say, "Can I pet that dog?"
Yeah.
Pet that dog.
Probably 100 times.
Pet that dog.
You're gonna make me play it, ain't you? I'm doing it. Gotta listen to it.
So
Wonder what Deb and Nurse Kim are gonna talk about tonight.
Oh, well, isn't Auntie Deb in Florida for the Adelson trial?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
I could see. I haven't watched his content in a while because he goes on very early, I think. And then if we're streaming, but I could totally see him being into this. Just his personality seems like it's perfectly made for this trial, for Donna Adelson particularly.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You can tell that her level of discipline's low. They don't very often.
It's like, if I ask louder, then I'll be able to do it.
Right. Yeah.
But the next one was scared the bear off. The bear's like, nope.
I'm not taking that.
She sounds like a handful.
She sounds like a handful. Exactly. Funny, but I don't know how long it would be funny. Pauline wasn't enjoying it the first time she heard it. You know, she recently had kids that age. She's like not putting up with that shit.
It did not take long for her. She's like, nope.
That shit. I need to discipline that girl. Yeah, because she may get her hand bitten off by a bear for one. So she might not know the stove's hot yet. Only one way to find out. All right. What do y'all think? Let's go to the glare. I wish I could redirect you guys. That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Not that good.
How do we get that done?
We need 782 more people. Once you get 1,000 people, I think you can redirect your live. Then you have to get with that person and put their channel location and shit in there. But
Well, they'll have to know who we are first.
It's a good crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't spam my channel. Don't go piss somebody off spamming my channel. You can say chat rat stuff. Don't get us in trouble.
Don't get us thrown out of town.
I think I was well behaved.
No, you were perfect. Yeah.
Definitely.
That was awesome.
Too well behaved. Too well.
Mary B's on the phone with the
It was
glare.
good.
I know.
Well, Say goodbye, ladies.
Bye. See you in
Good
the
night,
chat.
brother. See you guys. Chat. Bye, sweet woman, brother. Chat. We love you.
Stay and watch this song. It kicks.
Chat rats, y'all ready? Light it up. Light it up. It's that time. Let's roll.
Got the crew on the dial and we setting out east. Rat daddy at the wheel on a trail for the beast. Toy got receipts and a pocket full of names, and we busting out truths like we blowing out flames.
Eastbound and down, chat rats rolling heavy. Truth on our tailgate, justice riding steady. Mic in our hand and the signs all red. Ain't no lies slipping past what the chat rats said.
Playlist. Angels taking charge, law leans on the mic and her notes hit hard. Mary B's lifted but she's sharper than attack. Dean's dropping questions while he's rolling in his Cadillac.
Breaker, rap mama here, got eyeballs on that shady scene. Y'all ready? Light it up, rats. 10, 4, 20.
Northbound and bold, truth in the backseat. Chat rats got that heat. Can't be beat from the chat rats lounge to the courthouse gate. We ride for the truth and we show up to see that fate.